Like, you can believe that.
I'm so glad that you believe that. I love that for you.
You son of a bitch.
The
boys are back.
The boys are back. It's like they never left.
Except we did. We
did.
How was your experience at Denver International Airport? Is it an international airport?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
I'm happy to talk about the Denver International Airport, but before we do, I have to make my final thought about baby.
Oh, yeah.
Small babe. 7 pound.
6 ounce.
Maybe 6 ounces. I know it was 7 pounds.
I don't remember the kid's name. Did I tell you how I responded to Brandon?
The kid's name? We don't have to say it, but do you really not remember the name?
Actually, I'm going to pull up because I also want to see what the kid's name is again. I only saw it once. I was in the middle of something and like it was really cool, but like I also haven't talked to Brandon since then because baby,
yeah.
Like same thing with Cat and Zach. I'm like, once the baby comes, I'm like, I will talk to you in 2 months. That's okay. Because like all your family and stuff's going to be wanting to bother you. You don't need me to. I live around the corner.
Yeah.
Well, down the road, but still. But the way that I responded to the news was great. But you go first while I go pull up the purity of the original text.
So, for context, our friend Brandon has now had baby. And what it was just really surreal, like when we were over there, because it was like it wasn't like sinking in. I'm literally like,
because this is your first friend that's had a baby, like close friend.
Yeah, and I'm holding the baby, looking down at baby, and just being like, this is very baby like. This baby is going to be a person someday.
There's bees in this bay?
More likely than you think. And then the part that was like funny to me was, you know, like, so, like I was holding the kid and everything, talking to Brandon and Taylor, shooting the shit, and then I end up handing the baby back over to Taylor. Taylor's like, I can take her. So like I hand the baby to Taylor, and I'm watching Taylor, like, you know, feed the baby and everything, and we're all still just like talking and everything. And I'm just sitting here, and at one point Taylor like just kind of looks up whatever, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, it doesn't feel like it's your baby. I was like, I'm waiting.
I feel like you guys are babysitting.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm waiting for the stranger to come in and go, thank you so much for holding her.
Because we have hung out
and then
at their house with a baby before.
They were caring for a baby.
Did it feel different than the house party we were at that changed things for me, but it was the second house party for you where there was kids?
Yes, it felt different because there is a difference between a baby and like
everyone's here
and like a child, you know? Because like the infant is so like almost a non-issue because like it doesn't. It's like,
what do you think the Smash Main's gonna be?
Palutena.
Oh,
it you know, like the kid either like is crying or it's asleep.
What if there was a third option?
Kids, people won't tell you this, but no, kids, like they talk and want attention and like laugh and run and play.
Like baby crying, I'm fine with because like I get it. It's a baby.
It's a baby.
It thinks it's dying at all times.
Right. It doesn't even know what it is to be alive.
It doesn't understand that you can have good reasons to feel like you're dying.
You could cover its eyes and the baby thinks there is nothing. Which mood.
Every night.
If only I could make so easily erase the world.
You know, one day someone played peekaboo with me for the last time where I realized that they were still behind their hands, and I've never lived that down.
No. Yeah, there was just this really like surreal moment where I was like, oh no, that's their kid. Like this is not just a child they are tending to. This is a baby that's going to be part of our
crop.
Right. This is a baby that's going to be part of our lives for the rest of our lives. And it's not going to be a baby.
No, it's going to be a person.
It's going to become a person.
Which is kind of exciting to like, oh yeah.
It's going to be an adult person.
How can we corrupt this child? But like in fun friend uncle ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Like teach them bad words.
Yeah. Fuck, shit, piss.
Yes, in that order. Make them think that's one word. Fuck, shit, piss.
Well, there's like the Reggie Watts song. I think it's Reggie Watts. Yeah, it's Reggie Watts. I know his last. I'm pretty sure it's Reggie Watts. It does like the fuck shit stack. The fuck shit stack. It's a whole song.
Okay, yeah.
It's got a music video to it.
Oh, a music video?
I saw it at MTV.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the
Hell
Hell
Yeah
Yeah podcast. Brought to you by... What's the fucking sponsor this week?
The Denver
International Airport. Not affiliated.
Not affiliated. Here's my first problem.
We can't go into it yet because I got to tell you how I responded to Brandon's baby.
Okay.
Because
So there's my first problem.
Yes.
And we'll get there.
So I receive a text on my phone that says Brandon Lockman image.
Right.
And I was like, it must be baby. Or
Perhaps baby.
an Aru cranking that hog. 50-50.
Right. Aru cranking that baby.
So when I... baby crank.
The
Aru
baby's cranked.
Motherfucking hog.
You know I keep that motherfucking baby on me.
Now I want to ask Brandon, has she cranked her first hog yet? Aru? Oh my God, if we got her a little tiny like fake motorcycle so she could Aru with the boys. Because now like if we're going to do a boys night, like I want the baby there because I feel like...
Boys night plus baby?
Yeah. Well, hey, babies can be boys. Anyone can be a boy.
People don't tell you that.
The B in boy stands for baby. Baby boy.
What does the O stand for?
O'Reilly.
Auto parts.
God, Josh and I worked out, and now I'm like, got all that sweat.
Chutzpah.
Yeah.
The verb, the moxie.
The je ne sais quoi.
The untis.
So, I apparently, at some point in time, meant to send Brandon a Reddit post.
Okay, yeah.
And so when I went to go share it to him, it like puts it as a draft, and then you have to click send.
Okay.
So when I saw that I got an image from him, like that's all it said on my watch, I open up my phone, I go to Brandon, and as you can see how big this link is that took up most of the screen considering it was also like this.
Right.
So I was like, that's weird. It doesn't even show that he sent me anything. Well, I guess I'll send him whatever it was that I sent, which was a Reddit post for absolute units of a unit of a Rottweiler. To be clear, it was this video of this Rottweiler holding like a 30-pound weight in his mouth. And then it was after I clicked send that I realized that he sent me a photograph of his child saying, name of kid says hello. And I respond with, unit of a Rottweiler.
It's a unit of a Rottweiler.
So then I follow up with, oh shit, congrats, my dude. She's adorable. Congrats to both of you. And he just goes, thanks, man. I'm like, what dad levels are you now? Did you ascend? And he sent me a gif of a dude ascending. So, you know, that was the end of that. But I figured you'd get a good kick out of that of like
here's my baby. Here's a unit of a Rottweiler.
How come Toby don't do this? Tobias Uncaged. So tell me about your experience at the Denver International Airport.
I have some thoughts about the Denver International Airport.
Denver International Airport. It's full of conspiracies.
Yeah, I don't care about all that. I have a couple problems with Denver International Airport.
Zach told me the fun ones, like the ones that are true in regards to the legal problems with the land. Oh.
So, problem one. Mm-hmm. This is an international airport. This is a big airport. Lorg Airport.
You ever go wide on an airport?
At the Arizona
Sky
Harbor Airport.
Phoenix Sky Harbor.
If you will. At every terminal, we have a TSA check.
Yes.
And we have multiple terminals.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to compare our experiences, but I will let you go.
We don't have terminal 1 or 2 anymore.
We don't?
We only have 3 and 4, and they won't renumber them because...
At this point,
reasons.
It makes sense.
Well, they tore down Terminal 1, like, literally before we were born. And then Terminal 2, they've now converted to, I believe, just, like, freight shipping. Mm-hmm. So, like, it's still Terminal 2, but, like, now we don't get to go to Terminal 2.
I picked up somebody from the Terminal 2 once, and I literally passed them and their family in their car 4 times because it is a shitty airport.
Yeah. I dropped someone off at Terminal 2 once. That was it. Everything else is always Terminal 4.
It feels like the weird like 13th floor in like the Louis Satcher books of like the school that's crazy with that one classroom that like doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Yeah. It's very that.
That's Terminal 2.
Terminal 2. Terminal 2 at home.
Yeah, that Terminal 2 pussy hit different.
It's, I mean, well, you always have to. Every flight you take is Terminal 4. It's always Terminal 4.
Mm-hmm. Terminal 4 is Terminal 4.
Terminal 4 at home.
Whenever you take Terminal 3, like you're doing something fancy.
I don't think that I've ever taken Terminal 3.
Why would you not fly Southwest? You're not leaving this region of the United States.
You're just going Southwest, and that's always Terminal 4.
Magic Mountain is not east of us.
That part. I did fly United when I went to New York that one time, and that may have been Terminal 3, but I don't remember. It was the middle of the night. My big mental break, yeah.
Oh. When did you go to New York?
It was when my dad was doing training out there for like a month, and my mom flew out there with him. And
was this years ago?
Yeah, this was years ago. And they were going to go to Ohio to see family, so I had like a weird like 5 days off or something. So like I flew out there so that I could go see relatives in Ohio and everything. But we started in New York and then drove to Ohio.
Yeah, so you get to see a little bit of New York.
The airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like no, you don't get to. You're not going to New York. You're going to Ohio, but like through the worst way.
Oh yeah.
Which is driving through a bunch of states you'd rather be in, and then going to Ohio.
Yeah. Ohio was nice, actually.
Stop.
But it was that thing where it was like the state's trying to trick me. I was like, I know this isn't a nice place, and they're pulling out all the stops for me.
You know what it is? Because it seems like a nice place to settle down, and that's how they get you.
Yeah.
Because then you'll never leave.
Well, it was October. The leaves were changing. Everything was a little spoopy.
That
it was just like a crisp. It was good.
They had that autumnal ambiance.
It was
fall does hit different though.
It do hit
and
different.
I wish Arizona had fall.
I agree.
We have spring, summer, and hell.
Yeah.
And like 3 really cold days.
Yeah. That you're not dressed properly for.
You can't be.
Because how could you be?
It's light jackets because it's you have a jacket on in the morning, no jacket midday, and then jacket at night. But you need a heavy jacket at night.
Jacket at home.
Jacket at home.
Jacket at home. Denver International Airport.
Security checkpoints.
We have multiple
I find
terminals.
that to be an oxymoron, to be honest, after going through it, because never mind.
My experience was very different from yours, but my experience going out of Phoenix was very much like yours leaving Denver.
Oh, this is fascinating. Okay.
Denver International Airport, you got some problems. There's 3 gates. Not gates. They're not terminals. What are they?
Well,
there's A, B, C.
Yeah, there's A, B,
and
C.
there's one terminal. And everyone routes through the one terminal.
Well, so...
And it's the only security place.
It's also kind of like swastika shaped.
Yeah.
From like the aerial view, which is a highly efficient way to make it, but is also sus. And it's like there's the A terminals wing, B terminal wings, C terminal wings.
But they don't even call it terminals.
No.
There's the terminal.
There's the A gates.
And then there's A gates, B gates, C gates. And
no water in sight.
Everyone goes through so there's one security checkpoint. It's the terminal for the entire fucking airport. So you like when you step out onto this like balcony thing and you look out and you just see people, so many people just winding back and forth for 1,000,000 miles of security. And it's like, how do we even get in line? And you have to go like down.
What day was your flight out? Your flight home. Oh.
So everyone was flying. I was like, who designed this?
Which is crazy. I was at Saturday at like 6:30 and my flight got delayed like 2 hours, which was also
my flight was at least on time. So I was like, what is happening?
There's a trade-off. Equivalent exchange.
You finally get through the security check, which, of course, leaving Denver when my bag is completely packed because, like, for the work trip, they gave us, like, a jacket and a beanie and stuff. And, like, I had gone on this whole trip with
Is it something about transportation?
Yes.
Well, I have the same ones, which means you got overflow.
But we're not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
My bag is, like, absolutely stuffed. Because, like, I had just enough room because I just took a backpack because I was like, I don't want to fuck with carry-on. I was like, I don't care. I don't have to look.
We really like we're like the Robert Frost poem.
What?
The road less traveled. Yeah, because we were two bros on like, or we're that weird cool thing where it's like, how are we not in the same place? It's like the lake house. We're separated by a week. By time, but also it's that weird thing where like the ground we're walking on, there's like the inverse shot where we are just two parallel realities.
Yeah.
I can't wait to gloat.
So my bag was completely full of shit now. So of course, on the way out of the Phoenix International Airport, Sky Harbor,
a cool name.
It is a cool name, which you don't appreciate until you start learning like other.
And once you're inside the airport, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
You just have no time to get into the lanes you need to be in.
When I left Phoenix, didn't have to take anything out of the bag. Didn't have to do anything. It was just like, throw your bag on here. Just fine. I didn't even go through like the spinny thingy. They literally were like, you can just go through.
Now, what day of the week and time did you leave?
That was a Wednesday.
A Wednesday, like midday, right?
Evening.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they were like, yeah, just like walk through. So I just walked through. I didn't even have to go through the metal detector thing or whatever. Grabbed my bag, walked. Like I could have had anything.
Okay.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
So
you know what you had? The audio files for the lost episode.
I had a bad attitude is what I had.
And it went through the metal detector and just got wiped, guys. I'm sorry.
So
I don't know why I'm so coffee.
I don't know.
Like I'm just like, I just breathed weird. Maybe it's just like because it worked out and I'm just like dehydrated and pumped. Keep going.
When I was leaving, no problem. Didn't have to take anything out of the bag. When I'm trying to leave Denver, they want you to take out everything. Anything that's like laptop, a tablet, whatever you got. Everything needs to come out. My bag is completely packed full of bullshit now. So I'm like fighting to like get all the shit out. I finally get everything out after having waited in line this whole time. And people behind me, of course, are like, oh. And I'm like, we all have to take our fucking laptops out. Cool it.
Yeah.
Cool it.
Also, like, I am not going to be the reason you missed your flight.
Right. A problem. Like, your poor planning is not my problem.
Yeah. Why don't you check what's in those little socks, lady?
And so then I go through the metal detector. I get randomed, but then they were like way too busy. So like instead of doing like the full pat down, they just do like the little hand swipey, little paper to make sure there's not like explosives on your hands. Grab the bag.
On the back of the hands.
They didn't think to check the back.
So stick a dynamite
right on the back of my hand. We get into the tram that takes you to any of the gates.
Very cool feature. It's like a subway.
Yeah.
It's a high speed.
Except we all get on it and it breaks with us on it. There's no air conditioning on this tram.
It's supposed to go fast. You're not supposed to be on there long.
We're literally all jammed together and it moved.
You were Seagate too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think Southwest is Seagate.
It's Seagate. It moved just enough that the doors no longer lined up with the exit doors and then got stuck. So they were like, we're just going to keep you all like on the tram while we figure it out. And I was like, it's hot. It's very hot.
It's packed, right?
It's packed. It was hot when we got in there, and then it's fucking packed. And then people start freaking out, so it starts getting hotter. And we're sitting there. I was stuck in that fucking tram for 25 minutes. Ugh. It was very uncomfortable. Then we get to the gate, and from there everything was fine, except for the bathroom. Did you go to any of the bathrooms in the Seagate? Mm-hmm. The one that I went in, the air was not working in the bathroom. So it's probably like 85 degrees in that bathroom.
Oh, that's hot piss, baby.
And when I tell you, hot piss... Mama, hot piss.
You had that high elevation piss mist.
Hot piss. There's piss everywhere. None of the toilets.
Nature's bounty.
None of the toilets were flushing. So every toilet.
I was gonna say, are you at Sky Harbor?
You'd think every toilet was full of piss, and there was literal piss on the floor. A guy pissed on the wall when I was in there. I was like, "This is an international airport."
Jesus Christ!
It was horrifying. But which was so funny too, because the rest of the airport was lovely. Busy, but like nice. And then that bathroom, the light did not touch there. It was an ungodly place.
Oh my God, dude, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the guy next to me on the flight, he smelled like piss.
Hey, it was the wall guy.
It might have been him.
That's fucking crazy. I had the complete opposite experience. when I went to leave Denver. So first of all, my favorite part about the Denver International Airport is that when you get to the Denver International Airport, it's then 15 minutes to get to the Denver International Airport.
Yeah.
It's because apparently they bought all the land when they made a deal to move the airport. They moved the airport, and it was like supposed to be because it's going to be the biggest hub, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to say it was the governor at the time was like, I know the perfect area of land, and made a deal with the city to buy it. Land that his family
Didn't he
owned.
own it? Yeah.
And so that's why there's all this land. Like, you literally drive 15 minutes once it says like you're at Denver
airport. There's just nothing,
and you just take a freeway. It's so fucking idiotic. It was aggravating.
But there's the horse.
That was cool. I did see it at night with the red eyes.
The
It
horse
was cool. Blue, big blue. My experience when I was going to leave was I got there and I went to security and I started taking my laptop out, and he goes, "You don't need to do that. Get that back in there. Just throw it on there." I was like,
"That's how it was."
And there was no line.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." So in my head, I was like, "Oh, okay, this must be like a quick little pre-screen before at the terminals." Because again, I'm thinking like I knew I rode a tram, but I assumed that there would be security at each of the gates.
Yeah.
Because like that's how Sky Harbor kind of does it. Like they don't have a pre one, but like you have to go through like the big one. But there's two of them. I want to say, right? At Terminal 4, isn't there 2 security sections?
No, there's just the one.
Oh,
I
guess it just feels different.
Yeah. Oh no, there is 2 because there's the 2 different gates.
Yeah, there's like the A and B, and then C and D.
Yeah, but I mean, like they don't connect though.
No.
So if you're at A gate, you have to go through that security.
Yeah.
But it is, there's 2.
Yeah. So like, but that helps with like the congestion. Like
each terminal has them.
At
Terminal
Sky
3
Harbor,
has
I've
its
never
own.
had to wait that long. I got most like 20 minutes, but also like that feels normal.
Yeah.
So like I go through that and then I like get on the tram and I'm like, that was it. It's very much of a similar feeling that you had at Sky Harbor.
That's what I had at Sky Harbor. Yeah.
I'm like, is that allowed? I'm like, that seemed very like light,
unsafe.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess that's fine. Like, no one commits crimes on Saturday.
No one does not crimes.
It's for the boys.
It's not for the crimes. It's for the boys.
It was a weird time, but like other than that, like I had like a really easy time, and then my flight was delayed, so I was just chilling, and like I had 3 little lollipops. And they all hit, and I had underestimated their strength.
Yeah.
And it was a time. Yeah. But it was fun.
Yeah.
I survived. And then, like, on the plane, the 2 kids that I had to sit next to, they were, like, teenagers. Like, they could have been 18, maybe. Like, I ambiguously, like, 15 to 19, because, like, you never know. And it was also clearly, like, their first time on a plane, really, because, like, they got really excited, like taking a video of the takeoff, and I'm like, I've been there. I get like no worries. Right. I went straight to the back, and I'm like, can I sit there, the last seat? Because it's like, there's a weird comfort to sitting in the back of the plane.
Oh, I always want to be in the front.
I would prefer to, but I forget to check in for my flight. So when you get put in boarding group C, yeah,
you're fucked.
Look, I'm all for, like socialism, power to the people, but. I was watching SNL, and one of the new cast members had a whole bit because he's also from Arizona and was talking about like made some really kind of funny Arizona jokes. One of them being that like I'm all for like like reform and whatnot, but I will say when you get Group A boarding, I support the rich. Like maybe we should keep things the way they are, just so I can get on the plane. That's where you hit somebody. It was really funny. I liked him a lot. Actually, I like all the new cast members. From the stuff that I had seen so far, it's all pretty good. But the airport was fine.
Yeah,
it was just very long to get there. That part annoyed me so goddamn much.
Yeah,
at least with Sky Harbor, it's a loop.
Yeah,
you miss it, it's okay. You'll be back in 5 minutes. Back.
There was so like on the flight to Denver, I was just sitting on the flight to Denver. So I was in B group or something. Mm-hmm. So like I was able to find a seat with
B is for baby.
For baby. There was no one else there. So like I got the window seat, which is I don't like care. Like my thing is like I like window seat, but not because of like I want to be able to like look out the window or anything. But my thing is, I know I'm not going to have to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm in that seat,
I'm secure.
I'm good. If I'm in any other seat, that person, I'm going to be up next to a person who's, I just know it. It happens.
You always sit next to a passive peer.
Right. So I was like, okay, I found one where I got to sit on the aisle. This couple sits next to me. No problem. We're flying. I happen to look over. They're like, I'm playing on my Switch. I'm playing Mario Kart. The couple is watching a show together on their iPad. And so it's like, okay. I happen to like look over at one point when like, the stewardess was walking by or whatever. So I like look up. I look at their screen. They're watching a movie about a plane crash. I literally look over and see like birds flying into a turbine and then it like blowing up. I'm like, what sort of immersion therapy? Like this is a choice to watch that while we're flying. But whatever.
On the manifestation.
On the flight back, flying back to Arizona.
I'm
so tired from this fucking trip. I'm just ready to go. I managed to get a seat that's pretty close to the front. I'm in the window seat. I'm sitting there. I'm waiting. The gentleman in front of me, not directly in front of me, but in the seat. So I'm at the window. He's in the middle seat in the row in front of me. So I can see perfectly what is in front of him through the break in the seats. This guy, he's texting. Also, he's texting literally like this. Like phone up.
Yeah.
Everyone can see it. The people next to him would be
on
able
the
to see
brightest
it.
settings, I'm sure.
Literally. The people next to him would be able to see it. So like I don't even feel like I'm snooping because he's just like texting. He's texting a woman in his phone that he has named in his phone Crazy.
Oh, I already love this. I'm already here for it.
Also, I never saw this man head on, but I know what he looks like.
Apply directly to forehead.
Apply directly to forehead. This is a man in his 40s, bald, gray and goatee.
Boomer energy. He's got his ex-wife in his phone named Crazy.
We've got a black polo. We've got a tribal tattoo peeking out from under the sleeve.
Ooh, that's a Gen X. That's a Gen X level boomer.
He's texting a woman that he has named Crazy. Also, I think his vision was a little bit bad because he had it like zoomed in so I can really read what's on this phone. I'm not trying. It's just jumping out at me at full brightness.
And meanwhile, I would like to point out that this guy is 17 rows ahead of Eric.
And so he's right there and he's like texting. And I can see his texts. And so he's texting her and he texts her, want to join the Mile High Club. And then I had seen that he had texted that and there hadn't been a response yet. And so then he's like sitting there with his phone and then he's like, he texts and he says, so I guess that's a no. She then texts him back and says, haha, we can't do that on a plane.
So that means Crazy's on the plane.
Crazy's on the plane, but in a different seat.
You got to
somewhere.
find Crazy. You got to know.
Sometimes Crazy finds you.
Hello. I mean, you got to tell me that you weren't at least a little curious.
I was desperately curious.
You just are looking up and be
like,
he sends a message, you're like, look up and go, whose phone?
Right, I'm like listening to it vibrate. So like she says, haha, we can't do that on a plane. He then texts her and says, you need to take a shower. There's a poignant pause in responses. And then there's like a do. You see that she's texting back. And then she just says, why would you say that?
Is it because she's a dirty girl?
He then texts again. He said, because you're running through my mind and you're leaving dirty thoughts. And I was like, I was like, you've got to be shitting me. And then and at this point, we're getting ready to take off. And so they've already come
and
on.
He's been trying to get ready to get off.
They've already said, put everything on airplane mode and put devices away. We're going to be taking off and everything. They've already said that. And he's still texting. And so he sends that. And then the stewardess actually is like, sir, I need you to put that on airplane mode and put it away. We're getting ready to take off and everything. And so he's clearly is getting stressed that he doesn't have his answer yet. And
how's he supposed to go on this plane
Right.
without knowing
With
if he's
crazy, not knowing if he's going to get some.
Which I'm going to argue that it was not either of the people sitting next to him.
No.
Which
he came in towards the very end. He and Crazy clearly came in on standby, and so they were just like filling in seats. So they're not next to each other. She's somewhere else on the plane.
See, now the plot thickens because it's like, what's their relationship? If they were both standby, it's possible that they were in a relationship.
I think they're in a relationship.
I don't. Extramarital, maybe.
I would bet almost everything I have that gentleman is divorced.
Tell me you're divorced. Don't tell me you're divorced. You need to take a shower. That's the title. Is you need to take a shower. That's great.
I loved the pause and then the why would you say that? Because that's so real. If someone texted you, you need to take a shower, I'd be like, what?
Like you just.
Why would you say that?
Why would you even ask?
Why would you even ask? It was horrible. So he didn't get his response and he had to shut his phone off. And now he's huffing and puffing and he's getting upset. Mm-hmm. He gets out his Switch and he's like playing on his Switch. And then they're like, "Sir, you also need to put that away. We're taking
the guy
off."
with the Switch told the crazy lady that he needs to. What was he playing on the Switch?
I couldn't see.
That's weird.
Because he had his Switch in his lap.
Oh,
but he was holding the controllers like this. I had a perfect view of his right hand Joy-Con because it was like directly like in the break in the seats and he's just looking straight down, playing like this.
And like it was in his lap or it was on like the tray table?
It was in his lap. I had questions and very few answers.
It almost answers itself.
Yeah.
Which is not satisfying, but it's the only thing that logically in an illogical world, it's the closest thing to a line you're gonna get.
Yeah. And then when we landed, you sit on the tarmac for a little bit.
Yeah.
He turned his phone back off of airplane mode. He keeps checking Crazy. Crazy hasn't texted back yet.
Her phone's on airplane mode.
He then switches to who I am, again, 100% certain is his daughter. Because he's like, he's reading the text, and she says something like, "Hey, I'm going over to so-and-so's house tonight. Like, I won't be there when you get home." And so then he starts texting like typical like
dad stuff
of like, "Well, I hope the house is clean and I hope the pets are taken care of. Did you feed so-and-so and everything?" And she then texts back like, "Yes, I fed like this. I did this.
Absolutely.
She lists the chores.
Gen X, but you're a boomer, and we're going to qualify you as a boomer, and you're going to get mad about it, but it's your boomer energy.
She lists all the chores that she's done and everything. And he then sits there for a second.
Looking for a problem is what it feels like.
Yes. And then he starts to write out, he's like, "Well, I wish you would have told me." And then he erases that. And then he sits for a second again. And then he types, "Well, I guess your brother's going to get the sweatshirt. No, I guess your brother's going to get the gift I brought back." And she goes like, "Oh," I can't remember what she said. She said something like, "Oh, dang," or something.
Because I'm sure she doesn't give a shit.
She does not care.
Also,
he's
weird boomer energy ass fucking thing.
He starts very quickly texting. He's like
mad. You could feel it.
He's like, "You know, I always bring back gifts when I come home." And then he's like, "It was a sweat." He originally typed, "It was a sweatshirt that I spent a lot of money on." He then just switched it to, "It's a sweatshirt that's really cool." And she starts like you see her like typing.
But if you got two kids, like, why are you only getting one?
I don't know. Nothing about this man.
It's boomer manipulation bullshit.
Yes. She starts typing or whatever. And then I can't remember what he said. He said something and she answered back with that she's like, I think he said like something along the lines of like, "Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow then." Something. And she goes, "Actually, I was going to stay 2 nights." And he starts losing it. I can hear, he's literally like, and he's like fucking with the phone and everything. And he's like, who the hell told you could stay there for 2 nights and stuff? And I'm like, things are heating up. Things are heating up in this.
And I would, to take the gas off of you for just a moment, to help you out, to remind myself here, this is also the same guy. The same guy who was trying to fuck some chick named Crazy, or some person.
Chick.
You know,
I saw the picture.
Okay. Was she a baddie? Her name's Crazy. Well, did she look stinky?
She's been titled. She looked like she needed a shower. Also,
you a stinky bitch.
Also, her name was Star Emoji Crazy, so she'd be at the top. I'm assuming that's why.
I hate that.
He was a certain type of man.
This is the guy who is trying to get, who said like, so we're going to join the Mile High Club, which like, you know what? That could be funny. Right? Like, let's go ahead. Like,
right.
You know, I would text you on a plane and be like, we join the Mile High Club. And you go, no, absolutely not.
I'd say you need a shower.
I'm like, do I look like I'm in a middle or aisle seat?
Do I look?
You stop and you go, I told you I was sitting in this seat, so I didn't have to get up. How are we going to do that if I don't get up?
How are we going to do that?
You better not. Do not get over that armrest.
Put Gerard back.
Exactly. Same guy. Just the pickup line of like, you need to take a shower.
Because you're running through my mind and you're leaving dirty thoughts.
This man is horny and taking out his sexual frustration on his daughter.
He's playing a Switch like this.
I got
head down. Switch. And now he's yelling at his daughter because she did all the chores and wants to go hang out at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to see any more of the conversation because then we actually were able to like deplane.
But still, like, that's so good.
I committed all of it to memory because I was like,
there's no way how could you not?
Else.
Like, that's a unique opportunity to just like, that's a free show. That's better than in-flight entertainment.
And I didn't even feel bad because it's not like he's a person sitting next to me and I'm like peeking.
Mm-hmm.
He's texting like this, like phone straight up, max brightness, zoomed into 150%. The people next to him can absolutely see.
They're being blinded, I'm sure. Because like, did you fly back at night?
It was late.
Yeah.
It was by the time we landed, it was dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
and
shit lights up the cabin.
They dimmed the lights in the cabin the whole flight.
So that means that his weren't when it was on.
It was
oh my
something
God.
else. I was like,
I would lose my shit.
Like, you are a certain kind of person. But
speaking of certain kind of people, without going too far into it, I had a little bit of a nice little resolution to a personal story and trouble that I've gone through this year.
Okay.
So I don't really like walking around in my neighborhood.
Right.
In particular, to the gas stations. I don't walk along the Stroads anymore.
Correct.
Not after last time.
Right.
And I like Lulu.
Oh, no.
As a huge shock to everyone, apparently, Lulu can't get the oral surgery she needs done because she's 5 pounds overweight. I'm sure you understand why it's such a huge shock.
I'm stunned.
Because
delicate waif that she is,
paper
how much
thin,
more could she lose?
She is one tornado gust away from just being gone straight to Oz.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah,
like Neverland. I'm like, that could work too. Why not?
Get there.
Because as my sister continues to like, she would always be like, "No, she's just a little puggy." I'm like,
that's not correct.
Look, I will say she built like she does carry it well, but like she is chonk.
Right.
And I'm like, I know
neck.
she's chonk. Yeah. And she's like free fed. Like Zuki's honestly, I gotta like cool it with the treats with him too. Cause like he's getting a little chonky, like more than I want.
He's starting to crave loops, father.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not there yet. Like he's at like a little, like he's got a little thickness.
Yeah.
Which like
he's down with it.
He's got a little swing and pooch.
Okay.
But like, he's not fat yet. So it's like, this is the perfect level. I feed him, like, as far as I can tell, like, he's doing pretty good. He can maybe slim down a little bit, but It's more of just depending on like how often he eats. Like he'll let me know if if he's hungry. So, but yeah, so Lulu needs to go on a diet. Little Lulu, and when my sister like told me because I got yelled at by my sister for giving her a small quarter piece of chicken jerky because she's on a diet, and I'm just like, I thought she was just a little puggy. Oh wow, really? Okay, so aside from all this, so I've been working on trying to get like my 10,000 steps every day this week, and I realized now that the weather's finally gotten like reasonable, better. Where it's been like 85, 90.
It's
like
nice out at times.
Yeah, like when it's 91. It, like you feel it, but it's doable. It's just warm. It's like you don't want to be out here for too long, but
as long as you aren't in direct sunlight, it's not as bad.
So I realized that I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna take a walk around the block, like the internal blocks.
Yeah.
And I was playing Pokemon Go, and I used the adventure incense, and it actually worked.
Yeah,
which was fucking wild.
You have to move.
Yeah, well. But like you actually have to. It's a weird distance move that you have to move. It's not as much like you can't just walk around your house. It won't work.
Yeah, I know you have to like actually.
So now I'm like, ooh, I'll make that part of my routine. I'll like take Lulu out and like do that, get my 3, and then move on. But I decided to just go by myself. Like I'm just gonna go for just a quick walk just to get some like steps in. Well, as I'm like, I go up and I decide to go left and across. Because like it's not all connected. I think you kind of know what I'm talking about. There's like a little dirt path thing that connects stuff.
Yes.
And I see a dog.
Oh.
I see a little like dog that's like clearly lost. I am going to get this dog to its owner.
Correct. Right.
So I'm then like, it is like 90 degrees. This is a good story. There's a good ending here. Okay. Well, there's a good ending and then
and then there's an alternate ending.
No, there's some sussy shit.
Okay.
That kind of made me mad actually, but like, not too mad, but like, one of those where like after the incident, it's like, I'm getting mad. I end up like corralling the dog more or less. There was a dude working on a house on this street, like up on the roof, and I just didn't want this dog to go out near the Strode.
Right. Because
like that's dangerous. And he had, it was like a little like black chihuahua with like gray on his face. So I'm like, okay, he's a little bit of an older guy. Gentleman. And I kind of walked, I was like kind of like trying to corral him because I'm like, I just need to get close enough to like get his name, like get his tag.
Yeah.
He ends up like sitting in front of this house and I like try to get up to him and he like growls at me and then like runs off again. And we do another loop and he ends up back in front of the same house. So then I'm thinking maybe this is the house he lives at. Ring the doorbell, no answer. I'm like, the people are probably at work. I'm like, I cannot get closer to this dog without him running away. I'd rather him be contained here in front of the gate to this house than running around. So I use my phone to zoom in and just start taking a bunch of pictures. And I only have blurry ones. And I'm like, I have no idea what this phone. I have like a good idea of everything but the last digit. And like, it's a 5 or a 6.
Right.
Thinking it's a 5. I go ahead and leave a voicemail saying, hey, I like figured out what street I was on and I had the house number. I'm like, I'm outside of this. I texted them. The dog's name is Chicky. The number calls me back and goes, hey, so I don't have a dog named Chicky. I think you might have the wrong number. Like all my dogs are here. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, well, good luck finding the owner. I'm like, okay. So then I was like, okay, maybe it was a 6 then. I call, leave a voicemail, copy the text that I had already sent and sent it. And I get a response back. I forgot that I have these from Chicky. Where is it? I was like, hi, my name is Steve. I found Chicky currently sitting outside of the address. And they ended up responding saying, I am on my way right now. That is my home.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, okay, I figure since he kept running back here, I'll stay until you get here and keep an eye on him. He won't really let me near him. Now, I will admit, for full disclosure, I did not do this to like receive praise for saving someone's dog or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's just the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And like, if I had a dog that got out and was lost, I like would be very grateful if someone was able to find him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it happened because shit happens and it's unfortunate. So I like hung out with it and I'm like steadfast in my resolve. I'm like, I'm seeing this all the way through. Like, fuck work right now. Like, it's hot, but I don't care. I'm like gonna be here. So she ended up like being there within about 5 minutes. I was worried because I'm like, how far away is she? Is it rude for me to ask how long are you gonna be?
Yeah.
Because like I didn't want to like because like the dog was panting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's 90 degrees out. Like it's hot. And like, if he got out this morning, like he could have already been out for a few hours. Like it's not good. And if you wouldn't have been home till like, 8 hours, like that's 8 hours outside. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good for this guy. Like not a good time. And like, so I didn't feel safe. My sister had already left for work. So I couldn't call her and be like, can you bring some water?
Right.
Otherwise I would have. That would have been actually pretty nice. The lady pulls up. And I'm not going to tell people how you're supposed to act, but this did not inspire confidence. Where she shows up and she just goes, "Yep, that's him." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, so like he's okay." I kind of like saw him walking over there, and she goes, "Yeah, I don't know what it is. Whenever he gets out, he always just wants to run that way." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah." You starting to feel that there's some sussy shit here? I ended up like, I'm trying not to be mad.
Right.
That's why I'm sorry I'm taking so long for the story. But like, I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, like he, we were just like, I know he got out, but like, he typically always just comes back, so it's fine. And I'm like, oh, okay. In my head, I'm going, how are you letting him out constantly?
Right.
Also, at that point, like before she had got there, like the dogs that were either like, I guess in the house, I could distinctly hear 3 different dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's also Chicky. And then she goes, "You didn't happen to see a slightly bigger dog that was brown, did you?" And I was like, "No, it was just him." She goes, "Oh, like, because we actually, another one of our dogs got out this morning too. But, she's not, she doesn't have a tag though. And like no collar tag or anything." And she's like, "But I don't want to like put that on you." And I'm just like, at this moment, and in my head, I went, first of all, I absolutely will feel no guilt about not finding your other dog that doesn't have a tag. I hope nothing bad happens to that dog. But how the fuck am I just supposed to find a brown dog?
Right. It's not your job. You're not the local dog.
I mean, unless your brown dog happens to walk outside my office window that's like faces the street.
Yeah.
Like the very like sides, like the residential street I live on. Like, I'm not going to see it. This is entirely crazy happenstance that I just so happen to get a bug up my ass to take a walk around the block for my health.
Yeah.
That like I happen to see your dog. And like, she was just like, yeah, I don't have a tag, but like, I guess when I get off of work, I'll just have to like drive around and look for her, I guess. And like, just talked about it real nonchalant. And like, what was so unsettling about it is like, I know that some people get like annoyed at people who treat like their fur babies like their children. And like, maybe there's a little bit of merit to that. But like, I find it much more uncomfortable when people talk about pets like they're like not even a pet, it's just an animal.
Right.
And that like nonchalantness.
Yeah.
Like,
then why have one?
Yeah, like,
and those are usually the same people who have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Because it was just like, yeah, like, oh, if she gets out, like, we'll probably just have to get another one. And I was just like, no, maybe you should not if you can't manage your dogs. And I didn't say any of this because it's not my place and it's a neighbor, like, well, I guess like pseudo neighbor. It's across, a full street over, but still
in the neighborhood.
And like, she just seems so nonchalant about the whole thing. Like, it was just like, I don't want to tell anyone how to feel, but like, almost everybody who is missing a dog, like, and someone finds it, it's like, again, I didn't expect praise, but like, you think they were, at least you could see that they were relieved that like, someone found them. Because I also get it, like, if you got kids and you got work and shit, like, you can't drop everything, like, shit happens. Yeah. But you think you could hear the stress. It really felt like she was just taking a smoke break. And like, it just left like this terrible taste in my mouth of like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I found your dog, but like, kind of bittersweet. I don't know. Like, it just didn't.
Yeah.
It kind of made me really fucking mad. And then I got like stewed on it, of course, because like,
Yeah.
I'm like, how? Like, if Lucy got out or like or Zuki got out, like I'd fucking lose it. Like I'd lose my shit. You know, it's family.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People are gross.
they really are nasty people. I'm trying to think of anything else like more crazy recently has happened, which is like not much. I guess it's been like a week and a half.
Yeah.
So
I gotta tell you.
yeah,
I gotta tell you something.
yeah, bring it up.
So, on this trip, work trip, we the first night that we were there, they took us all out to dinner, and it was so, you know, the company pulls out plenty of stops on for something like this. There was a lot of us there. Like there ended up being 60 or 70 of us there.
Oh wow. Were you working the whole time too, pretty much?
Yeah.
Also, I really like. You mentioned it before that it was good. I do really like it because I didn't realize like the black like inlay is really nice, and I'm very envious of your hoodie.
I have matching. I'm not wearing them, but I have matching pants. It wasn't cold enough for that.
Yeah.
But I have matching pants. And
I mean, I'm in my gym shorts still, but it is like cool enough to wear sleeves.
I turned it down because I wanted to wear this.
Yeah.
I was not wearing this all day, but I was like, I want to wear this. So,
is that for in here, or is there storage?
it can be for in here. I put up all the shelves in here, but I needed different shelves than those, so now those are all surplus. So I figure might as well go in here. And the bathroom, wherever.
You got to put a TV and 2 switches in the bathroom so we can play Battleships. And an extra toilet.
I was gonna say there's only
No,
toilet.
we share it.
Well, yeah.
It's a
half the seat for me.
Yeah, like I just scoot if you need to drop. Like it's a scoot and pinch with the boys.
Just makes me think of that gif of that creepy person in the rabbit suit, and then
the cat on the barrel.
Yes. So they rented out a whole floor of this place,
hotel rooms, or of a restaurant.
So Denver International Airport, the old airport, they converted most of it to restaurants, buildings. They tore they tore most of it down, from what I understand. They kept the tower, and they turned that into a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Called Flight Co. We were there for this, and so they've turned it into basically it's kind of like a Dave and Buster's kind of thing.
Oh, okay, because like I know the United like training center's right there too.
Yeah. So they've turned this into like a Dave and Buster's esque kind of thing.
A Julian's.
Like, a what?
So you know, Dave and Buster's over at like Fountain Square, whatever. There's one Scottsdale. It used to be a Julian's.
Oh,
I wrote an article about it.
Oh, okay.
For a magazine.
Okay.
And I gotta find the picture somewhere. I wrote about Zach's birthday. We went to Fire and Ice, and then we went to the Sugar Bowl. But we were also at Julian's.
Okay.
And then it became Dave and Buster's, and it went downhill.
It's been downhill ever since. Dave and Buster's esque.
They've got flex my fake Hugo awards.
They've got mini golf,
Oshkosh,
Green Bay, bowling,
cold brew,
arcade games, open bar. So they rented out
overpriced Fruit Ninja game that produces way too few tickets.
So they, like the third floor of it or whatever, the company rented it out, and we
start off with a bang, right?
Yes, this is our first night. We've all just flown in.
No work has been done yet.
No work has been done. So like, our company decided rather than doing like a celebration at the end, they were going to do a celebration at the beginning to pump everyone up for it.
I think that's preferred.
I don't. Considering how it went down.
Okay, but like, would you have the energy to want to do that at the end though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like,
I'm saying as someone from the outside looking in, I feel like on paper it sounds like a good idea. Actually, you know what's a better idea?
If it was
both.
If it was actually just like hanging out, having dinner, yeah, I think do that first. This turned into rompus room fuckery because it was an open bar.
Oh, was there
their own bar on that floor, and it was have whatever you want.
What was the front row acting like?
It was very unprofessional. Far too much. The way that these, like, and of course,
Also, did you tell Colton happy birthday?
No.
It was his birthday the other day. So you should text him happy belated birthday. It's okay. I also told him belated birthday, but I only do because of Facebook.
He's never texted me on my birthday, so I don't feel too bad.
No. But I think you'd appreciate it.
Okay.
He's doing well.
I'm glad. I haven't seen him in a while. Last time I was in the office, I was like, "Hey, do you want to do lunch?" But he'd left earlier that day.
I think he said the last time he saw both of us was when we went to Osso. So I'm like, we just not up here. That's the only problem.
Yeah. So they had rented out that floor, open bar, full service. As one of the only people there that did not have anything to drink, I saw some of the things I saw.
Some of the things should have been filed.
It was a lot. Well, keep in mind, a lot of the people there were warehouse guys. Warehouse guys, they go hard.
Okay, let's be real. The company doesn't fly out warehouse guys. And
Usually.
Like, to be blunt, they're not getting the same treatment that the corporate office get, which, like, I also agree is bullshit sometimes. Maybe not in this specific case, treatment? Just in case. Just things paid for. Open bar, for example.
Oh, yeah. It was...
I have thoughts and comments and concerns, but some of them I can't go into because of, like, logistical
I know
speaking.
what you mean.
You know exactly what I mean. You're just being a shit.
So, this crew, going for it. And you know what? Go for it. It's open bar. The company's paying for it. If you're down to drink, go have a good time. So, like, they're going for it. Mm-hmm. I am not drinking anything, and I'm just observing the train wreck as it's happening. We reach a certain part of the night, and someone comes up to me and is like, "Do you like bowling?" Never met this person.
Oh, they fucked up.
This person is just like scouring though, and they're like, "Do you like bowling?" I was like, "Yeah."
They're looking for a crew.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I like bowling."
They're looking for a 4-piece outfit to
and
try to take
exactly.
Down some pins.
He's like, "You down to bowl?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "We're going downstairs and we're gonna bowl." I was like, "Okay." So we go downstairs.
I mean, were you excited?
Yeah.
That sounds fucking awesome.
I've been bored the whole time. Everyone's getting drunk, and I'm just having to like sit there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, an activity? Yes, please. Let's go. Mm-hmm. An activity I enjoy, no less. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I don't need to know you to bowl. It's just me and the pins, baby.
We're supposed to like meet and greet and know people and everything. So I'm like, sure. Like, fuck yeah. Like, let's go bowl. So we go downstairs to bowl.
Was Michael on the other side? And just you both look longingly knowing that, like, you two can't.
Michael was, so like...
Which sounds really weird out of context.
Yeah, it's not like that.
It's just separate teams.
No. So because we were just, like, all grouped together and talking and everything, I was hanging out with Michael most of the time.
Yeah.
Because, and, like, Michael had a couple drinks, but he wasn't, like, going in like some of these people.
Because he's a good boy.
Yeah. So, like, I was mostly, like, you know, chilling with him and everything, but...
I feel like if he got too drunk, he'd, like, feel guilty.
Yeah.
He'd have
to go pray about it.
He'd go tell his wife.
I love Michael, but yeah, probably.
And she'd go, "You should take a shower."
So this random warehouse guy is like, "Do you want to come bowling?" So we're like, "Yeah." So I go down there.
It's your Roman. It's me, your cousin. Want to go bowling?
Yeah. So I go down there. Michael comes down too. We're getting ready to bowl.
Oh hell yeah!
So we're like, all right, we got to go get shoes. We go to get shoes at the little thing. There's a gentleman in front of me. Not the one who asked if I wanted to bowl, but another warehouse person. He's probably... Okay, so here's another thing about warehouse people. Warehouse people are either 6'3" or 5'5".
Yeah.
There's nothing in between.
No.
That's it. You're one of the two. This gentleman was actually more like 6'6".
You got pickers and packers.
You got the ones who can crawl around under,
and the ones who can
climb
reach
over.
Who can reach Bay 3.
And also if you could have $1 for every person, every warehouse gentleman that is bald with a beard,
yeah,
you'd be having a great time.
I love that you keep saying it, but also like I also know exactly what you mean because there is that like you could just tell.
Yeah.
And like, it's not a bad thing by any means. To be honest, especially since I've been over like doing like freezer stuff, like warehouse people are so much more fun than
They're
corporate.
hilarious. They were all great.
I have never felt more comfortable than when I was profiled with the warehouse guys. It was the best ever. As a white guy, it was great.
Honestly, I had a really good, like, the work itself fucking sucked, and it was like exhausting, and I did not have a good time in that regard. Mm-hmm. Everybody that was there though was great. Like, the people were really, really nice.
A lot better than you anticipated.
Yeah, and it was also really cool because I got to actually like meet a lot of the warehouse guys. Where like with some of my previous jobs, not the department we were in, but right after that, I worked a lot through email with like all these warehouse like inventory control people and everything. Yeah. So like I knew all their names, but I'd never met them and everything. To actually meet them and everything, it was really cool. And like actually get to like know them as people. It was really nice.
It's always nice when like it also makes working easier because it's not just a name, it's a person.
Yeah. So it was
buyers hated it.
Yeah, they really hated it. Ooh, when you would go down and introduce yourself because you had a question and
the day I conquered Carolyn.
The terror in Suri's eyes when I found her and she had been hiding.
Well, because it's like they'll never do it. And it's like...
And I'm like, bet. I can walk
I
down
have
these
literally
stairs.
nothing else to do.
I have nothing to lose. And nothing else to do.
Everything. And I also kind of honestly have nothing to gain.
Truly.
I'm just bored.
I could get a couple fewer emails from troublesome vendors.
But we also like, we can't go to 7-Eleven 4 times in one day.
Correct. I'd love to. But
he would.
Yeah.
He's got not much going on.
Yeah. So
we need more prunes.
Is he laughing over there? Is he fucking laughing over there? So we're getting shoes. Guy in front of me, warehouse gentleman. 6'6".
I appreciate that you keep calling him specifically warehouse gentleman.
He's a warehouse gentleman. Because when you think of a gentleman who works in a warehouse, that is what this man looks like. And God bless him for that. He is 6'6". He's built like a fucking brick shit house. He's huge. He goes up there and he goes, "Do you have a size 16?" And the girl was like, "I think we have one." Like
just one shoe.
Roots around in some box, finds them, gives them to him. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I go up, get my shoes, whatever. We go back. I end up sitting.
Size 17.
Can I get you a size 18?
No. Can I get mine ribbed? It's for your pleasure.
My pleasure.
Get out of those wet clothes. You take a shower. You nasty.
Why would you say that?
You ever tell the young waitress that she needs to take a shower?
She needs to take a shower. Why would you say that?
You've been running through my mind, leaving dirty thoughts.
The plates are dirty.
Sir.
Take them into the shower with you.
You got time to lean, you got time to clean.
Am I right?
If you got time to clean, you got time to clean.
If you got time to clean, you got time to lean.
That shower set? Nice. Okay.
So
little flip and slide.
So I get my shoes.
Whoa.
Not a size 16. All right.
Humble brag.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Good for him. I love that for him.
Did you feel emasculated immediately?
No, because I'm shorter than Michael, but I wear a size 12, and he doesn't. So I was like, cool. I feel great.
I wear a size 9. 9 to 9.5, but I feel like my feet are pretty proportional to my height. Like, I don't feel like I have small feet.
Yeah.
My dad has small feet.
Yeah.
A little
mine are bigger than... Mine are a little out of proportionately big, because, like, I don't know. I don't think I need a 12.
Which is weird because you actually have like a shorter arch. Like you just have really like your like heel arch and the pad are like this, and then your toes are just so long. That's what I'm picturing. I've never seen your toes.
Yes, you have.
Rarely.
I don't give it away for free.
I'm fully aware.
It's no one's business.
You're right.
They're mine.
I understand.
And to my paying customers. And no freebies.
No. It doesn't matter. Like, get one to get you hooked. No.
It's the mystery.
No.
Get our shoes. Go sit down. The guy is on my team. The big guy. He's one of those guys where, like, he doesn't put his fingers in the hole. He just holds it and then, like, chucks it. Because he's a warehouse gentleman. So that's how he's going to throw it. What?
His wife loves him. It's kind of like, you know my boy Leon? He's got like mitts.
Yeah.
Like he's got just these big hands.
Yeah.
Like just meaty, like fucking sausage fingers, but not like fat fingers, but like just like big hands. Have you ever seen like the guy who has the world record for the biggest hands?
Yeah.
Where they look like mitts,
cartoon mitts.
Yeah, like that.
So he's one of those guys where like, you know, he just throws the ball. He doesn't put his fingers in the hole because he says he's like, my fingers wouldn't even fit anyway. So I'm like, okay, yeah. I know a place they'll fit, baby.
My asshole.
Up my butthole.
In my urethra. Sound me.
His fingers were far too big for that. I don't want any finger going. We're not going to go there.
Someone posted a picture
That's
saying I've been playing Elden Ring with the 3.5 millimeter in. Nasty.
I really don't care for sounding. So he starts to get mad. Not mad. He's a little upset. He's a little pressed because the heaviest ball that they have at this establishment. Yeah. The heaviest ball that they have at this establishment is 11 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough for him. He goes, I usually use 20. And I'm like, sir, most places don't have a 20.
That's custom. And also, like, I feel like you could damage the like.
Most places go up to about a 13, maybe a 14.
I've seen, I think, a 16 once, but that feels also like that's
There's
fucking
not
heavy.
many of them. So he's like, well, shit, I guess I'm going to do an 11.
Because you want to find one that's, like, just the right amount of weight, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if it's too light, you're not going to, like, have as much control.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like, there's different ways of thinking about it, but, like, in general, you tend to want one that's, like, about as heavy as is, like, comfortable for you to, like, play a full game with, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's different, like, you know, perks and detriments to
Because a heavier ball,
heavier
if you
or
can
lighter.
throw it if you can throw it faster, like, that thing's going to fucking tear through pins.
Well, it also has just more, like, push behind it, so, like, you don't have to throw it as hard to have, like, it as much, like, impact.
Spin. Mm-hmm.
A lighter ball, you need to throw it harder for it to, like, really, like, impact the pins more because it's lighter. It doesn't have as much, like, inertia behind it or whatever. Anyway.
It's more of a comfort thing, though, ultimately.
Yeah. Also, when you get a ball, like, custom made for your fingers, you can go up in weight a lot because your fingers, like, can hold it perfectly. Mm-hmm. When you're grabbing just, like, a random ball, usually you go down in weight a little bit because, like, your fingers aren't holding it quite right. So you're having to grip it a lot harder.
And it also, like, doesn't feel like, because it's either too small or you have to go up a size and it's, like, weird in between.
Yeah. When the holes are too big, you're having to do a lot more gripping. So then, like, it's better to have the ball be a little bit lighter or else your hand's going to get tired faster. Whereas you can go up in weight when it's actually made for your fingers. This guy, they only had up to an 11. So he's going to chuck it.
Because his fingers literally don't fit in the holes.
That's what he says.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe it's one of those, like, I'm going to risk it. Which I totally get.
I get that. It was like something I've never seen before.
This man was a freak of nature. Did you meet God?
This gentleman, this warehouse gentleman.
Was he texting someone named Crazy?
No, he holds this ball, pulls it behind him, and chucks it. This is a standard size bowling lane. It's not like a short one. It's not different. It's just a normal bowling lane.
Did it touch the lane?
No. The first thing that ball touched was the top of the head pin. He just threw the ball to the pins.
Like he just
and it
softball chucked that
just
shit.
Flew across.
Did he
the
get a strike?
lane. Yeah.
Did you just stop? Did you just go, I'm good?
I literally was just sitting there staring, and of course everyone and this thing is like in the middle of like the. Like the downstairs, so like to go bowling we had to like leave our floor and go downstairs, although there was bowling on the floor we were on, but it was taken up with like a league, so we went to the downstairs one where you're like there's a bar, like there's people like sitting, like random ass people are watching all of this. He just chucks it doesn't touch the lane, it just hits the pins. He gets a strike, everyone's going crazy. I'm sitting here like you can't do that,
Sir, you didn't break any rules,
but you can't do that.
but what you did is wrong.
Can't do that.
That's insane.
It was horrifying.
But also, was it kind of like one of the coolest things you've ever seen?
It was cool. I mean, like, the sound it made when it hit was not of this earth. It was not right with the Lord. And I'm certain that had the proprietor been there,
Have you ever heard the devil's chord?
he would have been upset.
But like, it wasn't. Well, I guess because the pins aren't supposed to be hit from the top.
Be hit at top
I wouldn't be
speed.
surprised if he just shattered
the
pin.
It just flew. And then after that, then he felt bad. He's like, I can't throw it that far. He still was throwing it. It never.
It's also not supposed to be like meant to get hit in the middle of a lane.
It literally, it never went less than halfway down the lane before it hit. And I'm like,
And he was good.
and I'm like, you can see that it's denting this floor. I'm like, because I'm looking at the lane and I'm like, it didn't look quite like that when we got here. There's damage. There's fucking damage. He was going for it. And he was very much one of those guys where it's a strike or it's a zero. Nothing in between.
Did he have some gutters?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It was literally a strike or a gutter.
Okay.
Basically, that was almost it.
Oh, so unless he got some doubles or triple or turkeys, he wasn't getting a whole lot of bonus points.
No, he did okay, but like he beat me. So like I got second. Mm-hmm. He had 138, I got 136.
Very close.
Yeah. And then like, which to be fair was me pulling it out of my ass because like the first one I did was I got a gutter on both.
Like he literally intimidated you.
Yeah.
Like he really out here with like a taunt.
Literally. And I literally then, so he got a strike that didn't hit the lane. and
This is the guy that invited you to play bowling.
Yeah.
And he really got God.
And then I get a gutter. I'm on his team.
Mm-hmm.
So of course then he's like, as a warehouse gentleman would do, there's some good old fashioned ribbing.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't want you on my fucking team, dude. Come on. I then proceed to get a strike on the next one after he gets a gutter. So I'm like, it's okay. We balance each other out.
It's that back and forth, Gilmore Girls.
And yeah, and then like I picked it up towards the end and I got it together and I literally got like 2 strikes and then a spare on like the last 3 frames and like just pulled it out and managed to like get second, which was really cool. But anyway, yeah, fucking wild times. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
It's so fucking crazy. I'm envious.
And the level of drinking that people were doing, including him,
I just
was something else.
When he went up to that lane,
seen in a long time.
I know that like you hate. I know that you don't care for JoJo.
I don't care for JoJo.
But do you feel like this man could have had like a menacing aura when he walked up to that lane and he was just like holding the ball like this? Like he's in Legally Blonde holding the little like the little chihuahua. Dog. Like it's just like you feel like as he like I gotta know, like when he walked up there, did you feel like something was off?
I didn't. I knew. When you like look at someone and they're gonna throw the ball.
No,
you don't.
I've never seen that. I'm short.
Well, like you just look at people and you're like, you're gonna throw it and it's gonna like bam and then go.
Oh yeah.
It's very much a big guy and small girl thing. Generally, is often where that comes into play.
Got it.
Is like you just throw it and it's like you need to like. Oops. You need to like set it on the lane. It's more of a toss.
Yeah, but at least he was courteous. Did you ever hear it hit? Oh, I guess it did. It did hit. So, because he decided to hold back because he didn't want to shatter the pins.
Yes. Much to the lane's chagrin. Because the lane barely survived.
The lane was really like, oh god, this is the best,
this
and then it never happened again.
And then it got so much worse. It was fucking wild.
That man's an enigma. Like
he really is. And then I saw him.
He's a warehouse gentleman.
I saw the warehouse gentleman.
You're like, sir, what's your class? He's like, warehouse gentleman.
And then I saw him the next day, like in the warehouse or whatever. He's like, hey man, how's it going? And I'm like, good. I'm like, don't throw me like that ball. It was wild. It was fucking wild.
Jesus, I can't. I'm not going to stop thinking about that.
It was crazy.
That's nuts. I've never seen that happen before.
I don't want to see it happen again.
Like it did feel wrong.
Yes.
Like it really felt unnatural.
Yes.
You saw the devil at play.
I heard things that weren't meant to be heard.
As the ball tore through the air above the lane, I swear to God, I heard something speaking backwards in tongues.
It was unholy, but he did that.
It was cool.
And he won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good shit.
Good for him. I don't remember his name.
You don't need to.
Warehouse gentleman.
Well, that's the point. He's not even an employee.
Also, our new warehouse, very cool.
Mm.
Fucking enormous.
Yeah.
Crazy to see.
Yeah. I don't want to go.
I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
But I was forced to go.
Mm-hmm.
And having been forced to go and look at it, impressive.
Yeah. You're like, I love being voluntold.
There is a bit of a surreal moment when like you're in a warehouse or something of that
like,
ilk, and
like a big empty stadium.
And you just sort of, well, it wasn't empty,
but
and so that's kind of the weird moment when you literally are like, you know, looking at like a wall of product of like an everyday item, and you're just like, not so long ago, humanity was just like banging sticks on rocks, and now this is normal. This is wild.
Yeah,
economies of scale, it's wild.
Nuts.
Wild to think about.
Manufacturing process. Okay.
5 stories high.
Supply chain.
Wild.
5 stories. Yeah. Is it automated too?
Yeah.
That's good shit.
It's wild.
That's cool.
It was really cool to see.
I will say, like, that's what's been
was very
fun.
Nice.
Like, we're working on the freezer project, even though it's fucking cold and I'm wearing my long Jonathans. Like, it's still like cool to like learn the process because it's like I don't get to see this. It's fun.
Yeah.
So
it's wild.
Damn. It's like you must have felt like lightning struck the lane when he hit that pin.
I'm telling you, the noise it made.
You may have met a god in human form.
He might as well have thrown the bowling ball overhand. That's what it felt like.
But it was like there's just a level of like control.
There's a level of
strength,
reckless disregard for one's own body and their surroundings.
He really was like Deku in My Hero Academia, who said, "I'm using 100% full Texas smash on this fucking opening throw."
It was wild.
Did he ask for the bumpers on first, though? That would have been a vibe.
He would have snapped that bumper off.
Fucking just the bumpers are up, but there's definitely like a bunch of holes in the bumpers.
It was wild.
That's so crazy.
And then we did mini golf, and I was horrible at it.
Yeah,
but I was having a good time.
I've been playing the Switch bowling from time to time, and it's very fun. Although I don't like the challenge modes. So sometimes when you play online, it's a crapshoot. Like it's randomly decided if the set that you're gonna play is classic or with challenges. And I obviously prefer classic, even though like I'm like, okay, I figured out kind of like my like I go to here and I could typically throw it straight and it's always like a strike or close to. I've gotten 5 strikes in a row. That's the most. I have yet to get 6.
Hell yeah. I did that once in real life.
That's crazy.
I've never gotten 6. I did get 5 in a row. It was fucking nuts.
I want to go bowling more often. I never go bowling.
I love bowling.
Would you be down to bowl? Like, I don't want to go do what when Brandon's like, let's go bowling in Scottsdale. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Scottsdale with like no warning, and he's like, get in the car, let's go bowling, and I'm like, I need time.
I mean, I think there's like there's that AMF,
yeah,
like near Tyler's old house.
Mm-hmm.
That's close. Is there a closer one?
No, that's the closest.
Yeah, because there's not one in Happy Valley, I don't think. No, but which there should be. That makes sense. But
yeah, I'm sure there will be at some point.
I mean, like I remember Tyler and I were gonna go one time, and we went there, and it was a league night.
Yeah.
And then I haven't been bowling except at Brandon's thing.
See, the thing is, we just have to become a league.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that good. But it's fun.
Brandon and Taylor are new parents. That's a parent thing.
Oh, it is.
So like, we're ready for the league.
Well, I'm like, that's why I'm like, we don't need to go. I understand that. Like, I will say it was very nice bowling at that place.
League of Extraordinary Warehouse Gentlemen.
It's just him.
It's just him.
They're like, wait, you're just one guy? It's like,
that's all I need.
You got any pens? Damn, I just
ungodly.
but it makes me love bowling. Like I
Bowling's
love
fun.
like bowling's a good sport because it's like you can be fat and be good at it, and that's the
You can be
best.
fat. You can be drunk.
You could be
You can be
6'6".
You can be 5'5"
You can-
and 3/4.
That's me. Well, and a half. But yeah. Oh, so I
I'll
can't.
put you in lifts.
Yeah. No, it has a heel on it.
I'll hold you up. I'll hold you up a quarter of an inch off the ground.
That would be so uncomfortable.
It'd be horrible. Can you imagine someone holding you from behind and walking you up to the lane so that way you can bowl? That would be very uncomfortable
I've
for
seen
both
that.
parties.
I've seen that, but it was like a
was a
parent to
child.
a kid. Yeah, yeah. Oh man. All right. How much? Damn, we really went off today.
We've been gone a long time, and
That's
I
true.
actually did something.
I know, how exciting! It's wild. I mean, like we
And
had like
all it took
so-
was the threat of being fine. No, wasn't that bad, but it was very voluntold.
yeah, which a great phrase. I'm like, oh, we got questions. 11 make a wish.
Are you ever gonna answer Steph's question?
Yeah, yeah, I will.
Remember how we were like, we'll save half of the questions because we're gonna record a podcast in 2 days. In 2 weeks.
Well, it's because like I got sick when I
sick.
came back, and I was like,
all
I
good,
cannot
but-
let you get sick. Like,
Yeah,
it's not good.
Although maybe it could have got me out of the trip, but then I wouldn't have these lovely stories.
Okay, so I'll start with the most recent first,
Okay.
and then go back until I find
Last
something.
in, first out.
Steph said, "You guys out here like bully us, we like it," which explains all the onesie streams.
When did I ever say that? Don't bully me. Don't speak to me.
Don't you ever?
Don't you ever?
Steph asked, "What's your favorite and least favorite kind of exercise? Do y'all even lift?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's my favorite kind of exercise? I mean, I actually like cardio. Unpopular opinion. But only on a machine. I don't like actually running. That's too high impact. That
I
hurts
like
my
doing
knees.
squats.
Yeah.
I've
been doing back rows. They feel very good. Feel strong.
This week I've been working out at a new gym. I call it Josh's gym, where him and I
The
go
gym
in his
is called
garage.
Big Ups.
Yeah, big ups.
Big ups by Josh.
And I gotta say, as someone who like my previous workout partners, for lack of a better term, are like Zach,
Right.
who is 6'4",
A gentleman aside. He could in
a
another
sizable
life.
gentleman.
In another life, he could have been a warehouse gentleman. You shave that head, you give him a
He's
beard.
a cockpit gentleman.
Yes.
Well, now he's a teacher to the cockpit
Oh,
gentleman.
that's cool.
Yeah. He's a flight instructor for United now,
That's cool. Good for
which
him.
is really cool because he's also home now, and his job is 10 minutes from his house, so it's very
That's
nice.
cool.
Yeah, good for him and his wife. But it was funny because like Josh has got like you guys will eventually like see Josh in some capacity because
Someday.
like we'll do
It's
something
weird
with
to
him.
think that they never have.
Big ups though. People
Big ups
he'll
to
he'll
him.
come into my stream and he'll be like, "Hey Josh," and people will be like, "Big ups for
big
Josh."
Ups, big ups.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
we'll
good meme.
We'll have to do something with them sometime.
But
We've only seen Brandon.
once,
We never shut up about our friends. Well, he was there
Yeah.
in the very beginning.
not for the podcast.
Not for the podcast.
No,
That
but he
just
was on my
James.
streams and stuff. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's not like we don't want them
yeah.
to, but like you and I interact.
I don't want them to.
Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't want them to either. I wouldn't want to fight me neither. No, but like Josh is very like very lean,
Yeah.
like soccer body kind of, but like it was funny because he's like, yeah, he goes, all right, so we're gonna do this because it's like I have done a lot of weight training in my life, just not really consistently. So like
Yeah.
I'm actually fairly knowledgeable, and like my form on a lot of things is like really good
Mhm.
because I've done training and stuff like over.
Right.
And so like very much so. I'm very proud of my squat form. I did
not
squat.
humble.
I was at ASU. We went over to ASU West and ASU Polytech, the Polytechnic
Who
campus.
hurt you?
Well, we went there for the Sun Devil Fitness Challenge
Oh.
thing where like they did like a weight training thing, and so like you had to do 3 sets of squats, and I was like, okay, cool. They're like, so what do you want to start at? I'm like, I've never done squats before. And so I did it the first time in this little pseudo competition, and I ended up squatting my weight at the time, which was 180 as like my max, but I was like, I could go to 200 like
Yeah.
easy. And one of those where it's like surprising like amount of strength. And I gotta say, it felt very good when Josh, like, I continuously surprised Josh when he's like, yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Because like when we were doing like we did back and tries on Tuesday, like there's some things where I'm like, okay, no, like I lifted what you lifted, but like I absolutely the next set, like when we do it again, I gotta like drop the weight because I'm gonna hurt myself with the deadlifts. But I just wanted to see where I was at comparatively speaking, right? Because like if we are lifting around the same weight, it makes it a lot faster to like not have to swap stuff off because like it just always feels like a nuisance. But like even like doing like deadlifts or squats, he's like, oh, okay, yeah. And today we did like bench, and he goes, yeah, you'll probably outbench me because I got little chicken arms. And I was like, no, you're fine. And then he goes, no, he's like, dude, if we keep this up for 2 months, you're gonna be so far ahead of me. And I'm like, it's not a competition. Eric says it's the comparison's a thief of joy.
It is.
And that has stuck with me.
It is.
It was very insightful. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And like, you know, never mind.
Also, I like bench presses.
Bench presses are fun.
They feel good.
Okay. Empress Arcana.
Yo, what up?
Question time. This is the RPG we've been playing. Or the ARG.
Yeah.
And well, ARPG. Eric and Odie, the journey continues as you both walk ahead, seeing the church the Emperor mentioned coming into a better view. A robed figure is making their way to the entrance of the church, looking around.
Are they hot?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Roll for fuck. I left my dice at home.
You fail.
Oh.
I
prematurely ejaculate.
He's really hot, and now
and he doesn't want me.
No.
Oh.
He actually was into you, and then you came your pants, and then he's like, I'm actually going to go for Steve.
Well, he couldn't tell.
No.
I'll say I sneezed.
He has a black light aura.
I sneezed, and I peed myself.
I sneezed and cummed.
I'm so sorry. It's a really weird thing I have.
I took a screenshot.
We've gone off the rails.
Yeah.
This was not what...
Have you ever sneezed and farted and coughed at the same time? It's just pain.
No. Have you ever done the thing where you hiccup when you swallow? And you like swallow the hiccup and it hurts so bad?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's terrible.
Ugh.
A robed figure is making their way to the entrance of the church, dummy thick, looking around, making sure no one is following them.
Slanging dong.
Lightning strikes, thunder sounds across the sky, and the next step you take causes the ground beneath you to crumble. The both of you.
So he did throw the ball.
I guess he did. And hitting that ball's name, Albert Einstein. The both of you fall through, landing face first onto the dirt. You attempt to adjust your eyes to the newfound darkness and rub off excess dirt from your faces. Luckily, one of you is in possession of a candle, but something must be used to light it.
My
butthole.
Pussy.
You were going to say butthole, weren't you?
I was going to say pussy.
My pussy.
My pussy.
Because it's pussy fire.
Ooh, it's so warm.
The water is warm and
I
wow.
my pussy in a microwave because it heats unevenly. I don't know. What?
I was making... I can't make the joke.
Okay.
But it involved microwaves.
Okay. Micro.
No.
Okay.
More like things you shouldn't put in a microwave.
No. No.
I don't even have to say it.
No.
You ever just put out like the bullet points of a joke?
Yeah.
And it's enough.
We connect the dots.
You shouldn't. Your choice. Something must be used to light it. You both hear a voice speaking softly into your ear.
Yo, what up?
The pouch of marvelous things. Oh, what marvelous mystery shall it bring? Odie, not questioning the voice, you immediately reach inside Eric's mystery pouch.
That sounds like you.
But retract your hand just as quickly. I've never thought.
You reach in my pouch.
Mm-hmm. And I pull out real quick.
I'm like a kangaroo.
Is that a Joey?
Get your hands out of my pouch.
Cut your foreskin. It's not a pouch.
You know what's inside?
What if I put a fruit gusher in your foreskin?
I don't have a foreskin.
While you were jerking it, you busted, and it's like, oh no, I'm bleeding. You know what? Oh, I know who I can ask.
You can't. They don't know and they don't need to know.
We gotta get this question.
Do you ever think about...
No.
I know.
Yeah. I can try, though.
The pouch? A marsupial's pouch?
Yeah,
You know what it's covering?
What?
Nipples. The nipples are in there. They hide the nipples in the pouch.
They hide the nipples in the pouch.
Yes.
So there's a reward.
It's a little secret.
So I gotta put my head in the pouch if I want to suck some
on
kanga titty.
If you want to suck on the teat of kangaroo.
Of kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Yeah.
Kangaroo. Good daddy, mate.
This is unhinged.
Which I think is a way for them to trap you. So then they could, because I don't want to fight a kangaroo.
Raccoons drown dogs in rivers. Maybe the kangaroo would like not drown. There's not wet.
Oh, I'm down to drown in that pussy, baby. That shit got me hopping mad. Kickstart my heart.
This is unhinged. Like,
Kangaroo Jack was a good movie, and I liked it. And no one ever talks about it.
You look like you would like that movie.
Fuck you. You look like you get stressed in drive-thrus.
Correct.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
Not anymore, actually. I wish I still did.
You had a lot of progress.
I'd save a lot of money if I was still stressed out by drive-thrus.
Turkey burgers. That's
What?
I'll tell you about it in a few weeks once I've accomplished what I've set out to do.
Okay.
All right. You feel something bite you, but upon closer inspection, your hand is fine. Eric, you reach into the pouch and pull out a matchbox. What are the odds?
Does it give me a little kiss?
Yeah, I will allow it.
It gives me a little kiss.
A little spark of life.
And I'm like, ooh.
Lighting the candle in Odie's hand, both of you decide to walk down the underground dirt path looking for a way out. You reach a crossroads. To the left, you can hear melodic singing luring you in with the promise of answers.
Sounds leftist.
While the path is shining in a moonlight glow. To the right, you can see a brighter light in the distance, but there is also a swarm of moths.
The harsh light of truth.
Yeah.
Over here on the right.
Apparently called an eclipse, fluttering relentlessly around the light. Which path will you choose, left or right? You may choose to split up or stay together in your decision.
Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
I think we should go down the one with the moths, because, like, the voice is a trap.
Moths are underappreciated.
Mm-hmm. And if you close your eyes, they can't hurt you.
Also, if you smash a moth, they just turn to dust. Mm-hmm. It's like they don't even have anything in there, just dust.
It just makes me think of when Josh and I were working out today. There was this like little like grasshopper looking thing, whatever they're called, locust shit looking ass thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? They're the things that like swarm.
A bug.
A bug. But the big one with legs. They swarm the lights like they used to do that at the high school. Yeah. I don't know what they're called.
I don't remember.
But like they're like
a cicada?
Cicada, yeah. There's a cicada in the garage. And we were like, we stopped working out because it's like, we got to kill it because it's going to land on Josh's face. Right. So I was like a big enemy in a game, I got my big old stepper ready. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at it and I stomped. Yeah. 1.5 inches to the left. And I was like, I understand now. Like, there's a lot of energy. I understand why it's easy to dodge. And it's like, I couldn't kill a stationary target. But like also like I never really like stomp on things like that at that kind of angle, and I realized I'm like that was a lot harder than I anticipated. Yeah. And I felt really dumb. Okay. Safe Right Here asked.
Safe Right Repair. Safe
Right Replace. Question time. What advice do you have for staying motivated in a degree program you hate, but are only in because it will provide a better living than what you actually want to do? Because I swear to God, I'm losing my mind. I'm going to let you take this one.
Remind yourself that it's not forever, that this coursework is finite. Cling to that like a life raft, because sometimes that's all you have. Also, as someone who left the degree program that he wanted because he didn't think it would make him any money, I will say maybe, and it could be that you're farther along in your education than you're willing to change your degree program again, but there are perhaps options where it's something that like you don't love as much as that job, but would still make you money. I've found a degree program, like when I switched out of, like, I really, really enjoyed psychology, but I was like, this isn't any money, and like money is important. So I was like,
money lets you do the things you want to do.
Right. I was like, psychology can just be a hobby. That doesn't have to be my job. I can do a job to make money. And so, or Discord. And psychology can just be like a thing that I have an interest in. I then tried to go into a thing that I thought would make me more money, accounting, and realized, oh, I can't fucking stand this.
I can't count.
I can't swim. I was like, this is terrible.
I don't got a keyboard.
So then I tried
They don't provide you one.
Right. So then I tried to find something in the middle where I was like, and that's how I ended up in CIS, was I was like, this is something where it's like, I don't love this, but it's not bad. I don't hate it. And it's something that will make me a lot more money. So if you're at a position where like you can still change your degree, there are other options. Also, it's never really too late to change your degree, but I understand if, like, from a money perspective, if you've invested that much into it, you don't want to switch. But, I mean, the good old standby to go to is to just think, like, I just got to tough through this for this next couple of years, and it'll go by faster than you think. That said, if this is also a career path that you're going to hate, maybe change your degree.
It's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do things in this regard. It's your life ultimately, and it's okay to like take time to like assess and find what you want to do. And if it's a matter of like, well, I don't know what I want to do, it's like, I feel like especially the older generations will talk to you like, well, what do you want to do like for the rest of your life? And it's like, don't think like that's too far ahead. And like they didn't grow up with computers, so like you shouldn't like value their opinion. Am I wrong?
You should take their opinions with a grain of salt.
Thank you.
They also have life experience.
Okay, yeah, sure. But yes, I understand that.
It's different experience.
I'm saying like especially
So
with how much
but
anxiety comes with it, that like it's better to think about like what's something that interests me. Like ultimately you got to like find a middle ground, kind of like what you're saying of like you don't like it's very very rarely will you be able to truly like work a job you love.
Yeah.
You should work a job that you tolerate, you don't hate, and pays enough so that you can do what you want to do on your time off from work.
Yeah.
But I do believe in like the clock is done, I'm done.
And there also is a big difference between coursework and an actual job.
Career, yeah.
So like
most places don't care if you got your bachelor's degree in 4 years or 6 years or 8 years. But like no one gives a shit.
Right. I just mean that like what you learn in school is not really a great representation of what that job is even going to be like. So like just keep that in mind too. Mm-hmm. Like the education that I had in CIS, I then, have since held many jobs in like that general field. It's absolutely nothing like college. What I learned.
You used Excel.
Yeah, and that's literally like it. Like, so it's very different once you're like out there. Your job is probably not going to be like your coursework, but it is a general indication of like what's ahead. So like life's too short to be in a job you absolutely hate just for money. There's ways to find a middle ground, and it's not too late to
apologize.
It's too late. Change your degree program and stuff necessarily.
Hack the planet.
What?
I don't know. I was just trying to let's just say something. I've been thinking about the movie Clock Stoppers lately. Did you ever see that?
No.
It was good. Well, not really, but it was cool.
Okay.
Where he gets a watch that lets him like move at a super fast pace, which essentially is the effect of like time stop. But he can still interact, and it's very cool. But Rebecca asked, you are in a horror movie. No. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? Comic relief or first to die for me.
I'm the smart one who still doesn't make it to the end.
I would also say I'd put a 50-50 on smart one or the skeptic.
Yeah.
But like as a coping mechanism, like you absolutely know it's happening, but you're choosing to ignore
pretending
it.
it's not.
You're gonna ostrich that shit.
I mean, either way, I die. I don't make it to the end.
No.
I die midway through the movie.
Do I look like I have final girl energy? No.
No.
Because like sometimes like the final girl, like I don't know if it was worth surviving, sweetie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes dying.
Sometimes dead is better.
Oh, don't die.
O'Reilly.
Don't die. Hey, it's Mika asked.
Hello.
Let's see. Oh, they gave us an option to skip if we don't feel comfortable. Do we want to answer that one? Because like I'm not entirely sure how to answer it.
I don't really have an example, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't really have much of an answer off the cuff anyway.
Okay, Awakening. Oh, I really liked the musical Rent movie. So like, there you go. And if you know, you know. Yeah, or at least, oh, that's a little queer. I've never thought to myself, oh, that's a little queer. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not. I have never engaged with the word queer.
It may have been when I sucked a
that
dick
way.
behind a Starbucks.
That could have been.
That may have been
the awakening.
Um,
Perhaps that was the sleepening.
you ever realize when you look back on times that like, oh, I was kind of like groomed to be. It's not funny. I shouldn't joke about it. I'm sorry. Space Antlers 26 asked, you get to design a new evolution. What type is it, and what does it look like?
Ghost. Oh. And he's a spoopy boy. He's a spoopy little boy, and he's got little ghost chains, and he uses them to attack people.
Oh, that's cool. Kind of like Sylveon.
But it's chains because he's a ghost.
People always make some of the coolest ones for all the like the evolution types, and there was one that I saw that like has just been like imprinted in my brain. It's a fighting type Eevee.
Okay.
And it's got
Is it on two legs?
No, it's on all fours, but like it's got like some like wraps because of like you know like fighter wraps.
Paunch.
And like it's got either like like boxing gloves around its neck or like on its front paws that it uses to like attack or whatever. It was really cool. It wasn't. Now I'm thinking of the picture of the Chihuahua with the cowboy hat in 4 boxing gloves, but that's not it.
Ooh, or I want it to be steel type, and it's literally just like a pin cushion of like you know like spines and spikes and everything, but it's really cute and really sweet. But it just looks like a literal like you could not touch this thing, but it's like like it's cute.
Oh, it wants to touch you.
Yeah, and it's got like little like heart eyes, and it's like cute, but it's literally like you can't touch it.
Oh damn. Ooh. Silly Sill 7 asked, what are tropes of media like stories or anime that you really enjoy? Enemies to lovers, cuff shipping. I think we've answered that one before.
Yeah, we've answered that.
Okay, I'm sorry. You don't get like it's in another video. I think we've answered that one multiple times.
Rivals to lovers.
It's always rivals to lovers. Loop asked, I'm already sus. I'm already thumbs downing it. In the spirit of Spoopy Month, what are some creepy / macabre things that interest you?
I have a horrible habit of reading the detailed summaries of horror movies I'm too scared to watch.
Yeah.
I really go down that rabbit hole. It's a problem.
I personally, it's a little bit of like an extension, but like I really enjoy the concept of like supernaturalism as well as like rituals, but not like summoning circle shit, but like one of these days when you get around to it and you play Control, you'll understand from Remedy. But like in the game Control, where it's all about supernatural shit and happening and like, you know, altered world events and whatnot, and a federal bureau of control who keeps this all under wraps in the oldest house. And they one of the things is like Jesse, who takes the director's gun at the beginning of the game.
I have my answer to their question.
Yeah, what is
about the awakening? It's when you're listening
Jesse's
to
girl.
Jesse's girl and you realize
I want to be Jesse's girl.
I want to be Jesse's girl. Not a girl, but I want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the moment when I realized, like, I'm like, oh,
I want to be Jesse's pussy.
that's my part in this song.
Yeah.
Is I want to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the awakening moment.
The rituals are so great.
The
We're
song
like,
by Ghost.
yeah, when you want to talk, you can go on the phone and you can talk, and like the director, even though he's dead, he shot himself. You watched it.
Yeah.
Like, which makes more sense when you play it. And the board of directors communicate to you through insanity. But like, you can pick up the phone, the hotline, and you could talk. Like, you get like kind of these cool
Hotline
overlay. The way aesthetically it looks, it's like there's their face talking, but then like in the background it's like even bigger, like different angles. It's really, really cool. But like the way to do it, like the only way to get to the hotline is you walk up to the edge, like in this area, like in the hallway, and you see that there's no bridge, and then there's just the room in a glass box. But there's a light cord there, and you're like, there's a light cord there, and it says, remember the rituals, pull 3 times. So you pull it once, and like all the the lights change a little bit. You pull it twice, change again, goes back, pull it the 3rd time, you're in the Ocean View Motel. Where there's a bunch of doors, but none of the doors are ever able to open. They all got a symbol on them. You have to find the keys or like do some fucking weird shit in a room and then manipulate stuff to get the keys to get back to the door to then go in there. It's really cool. Except in the AWE expansion, which stands for Altered World Events, which is when weird shit happens. But it's also for the Alan Wake experience. Because I've been playing the Alan Wake remaster on stream. We're going to be finishing it on Friday, which will be in the past for them. But very fun game, very cool, like kind of spooky. Like, it's not as scary for me because I've already played it once. But like, I love everything Remedy does. And like, there actually was in Dr. Hartman's Lodge a QR code, and I scanned it, and I found a video. Like, it linked to a private video, like an unlisted video from Remedy that was shot in the same style. I want to say it was actually, no, because it was from 2021. I was like, this might be like a reference to the AWE expansion, but that had already come out. And I think it was a reference to Alan Wake 2. Not to be mistaken with Alan Wake American Nightmare. I fucking love this shit, man. He's a writer. He writes his own story, and then he forgets, and you have to like find the manuscript pages.
I was a robot earlier.
I know.
I want to play Mountains of Madness again. Did you ever play that with us? Board game, Mountains of Madness.
What?
Takes you to the edge of madness. Have you ever heard us say that? I think that was just me, Brandon, and Taylor played that game.
I don't think I've played it.
I have to play that game.
That was like fun.
It's an Eldritch Abomination-esque.
Oh, I
game.
love Call of Cthulhu is one of my favorite games.
It's an Eldritch horror-esque board game that's kind of like a play on. Do you remember that like story about? It's fairly famous of like that. Those people who went on that like hiking expedition or whatever, like out in like the tundra, like the Russian tundra or whatever, and then it's like they like lost communication, and like much later like they found their bodies and stuff, and it was that like the tent that they were in had been like ripped to shreds from the inside out, like they were trying to like escape and everything, and they found them like in all these different like crazy positions and like places, and like some of them were like completely like naked and like all kinds of like weird stuff, and like and there's like
like no explanation.
And we never really like, and you know, there really isn't like an explanation. There's like other like weird scary stuff about it, and that was all like a real life thing that happened. This is like sort of like it's like insanity. It has notes of that, of
there's like notes of madness.
Yeah, you're on you're on some sort of like ice mountain hike expedition thing or whatever, and like you can start to get to the edge of madness.
Oh, who are you? Maria asked. Sometimes we're getting 2 questions, but I gotta skip ones because I want to try to get a few more questions in before it gets too late, because it is 11:40 at night. Maria asked, would you spend a full night inside of a haunted house if someone paid you? And before you say it depends on how much they're paying. Pause for dramatic. Yeah, I don't really have an answer. Maybe you can decide how much someone would have to pay you. Okay. You know what would be kind of fun?
Huh.
if we went and like recorded a spooky episode at the haunted hotel in Jerome.
Okay, so I've stayed at that hotel.
I have as well.
Yeah. And we like were in a room that was like apparently haunted, and we had like all kinds of really weird experiences. And
That's
like,
right. You don't want to go back.
I would go back. It was really interesting, and like we actually recorded a lot of it, and like some really crazy fucking shit happened.
I wonder if it was real.
It seemed real in the moment.
Yeah. That'd be
It's
kind of
pretty
fun.
wild. I mean, like,
You want to go do a little trip?
like we had like the flashlights and everything, and they would like come on and off, and like when we were asking questions and stuff, and like it was also that we brought like an EMF thing, and it would like spike and shit, and then like weird stuff started to happen.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like we like went to sleep.
Did you bring the book, the diary,
The
to see if they
diary.
write in it?
No,
How else would you know if it's an unreal?
it was wild. It was crazy. Yeah, I've never really told the full story. It
No.
would take too much time right
Yeah.
now. But yeah, it was crazy. Me and Taylor went up there, and it was
Oh,
wild.
I think you did, but our audio corrupted on that one.
I probably talked about it more so, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe on that
because I
one.
remember I know we talked about it, but we had a whole episode
Yes.
that like we didn't even have like the footage corrupted
Yes,
itself.
it was that one. I talked about it more on that one.
Yeah.
We never.
Because I'm like, I know we have.
Yeah.
That, that might be fun if we could get like, I don't know if we could get Brandon away for that long, right now, but like Josh
Not right
probably
now,
could.
probably. Yeah.
It'd be fun. We're gonna go hunt ghosts with Josh, and he goes, "Why do you guys only invite me to do weird shit?"
Well, I would be down to do that. I would want to do it like after Halloween because it must be crazy.
Yeah,
that I tried to do it
yeah.
on Halloween, but
That's how you get them. I want Christmas time. I want to see some ghost presents.
What?
Ghost presents.
Yeah. Wordplay.
Yeah.
We have fun here.
Okay.
That was for Josh.
Yeah, big ups for Josh. I'm looking.
What was the phrase Brandon used? Ass sex.
Ass. When did he say that? He said that recently, didn't he?
It was when we were at Josh's,
Yeah.
and Josh got confused, and then me and Brandon were like joking about like,
Butt sex. Or ass sex.
as Brandon put it, ass sex.
That's
So
right.
me and him were barely having ass sex.
All the
And I'm like,
time.
why are you calling it that?
Kale asked, "What was the first album you bought with your own money?"
Ooh.
Reliant K's Three Lefts Don't Make a Right, or three rights.
It was really memorable.
You-
obviously.
whichever one. It has it's blue.
Dabba dee dabba da.
I don't remember the fucking name.
Eiffel 65.
No.
The first album that I bought with my own money was From Under the Cork Tree by Fall Out Boy.
That's good. And I think we're actually caught up on questions. Wait, no.
There's Steph's question that you didn't answer.
Stop.
I'm looking out for you, shit fingies.
You right. I was literally thinking about it earlier today. I'm like, I have not put any time into thinking who I would cast because I'm like, I want to give like names,
Right.
but I don't want to just do big names.
Say their names.
But like,
Chris Pratt.
okay.
I didn't mean to open this.
I am so excited for this Mario movie.
Me
It looks
too.
so good. And
Yeah.
I will admit that I'm over Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
I did watch Thor: Love and Thunder earlier today.
Mhm.
Fairly good. I mean, it was fun. It was
Okay.
cool. I'm glad like Natalie Portman's in it. Like, and she gets to be the Mighty Thor, which is really fun. Which was really cool to see her use Mjolnir in like because it was like shattered, and so she can actually like because it like bonds to her. Interesting reason why, but like when she throws it, it can like shatter itself and bring it back, so she could like totally throw it people off with it, and it's really cool. And I was like, she's a so much cooler Thor than Thor. So I'm glad we get to keep Thor. Also, there was a moment like Christian Bale's the villain, and he was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Except like there was this one part
Too
where
many Chris's.
but he's a good one. He's Christian Bale. Chris Pratt is Christian.
And it shows.
Yeah, I just like his voice is fine, I guess. I liked Charlie Day's Luigi. We only got to hear a scream, but it was good enough.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect them to necessarily sound like how they sound in the games. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I will say though that like
I mean, Jack Black doesn't sound like Bowser.
it doesn't need to be. Like, but
But
like
it
they
was
don't need
just
to.
good. I'm honestly not pressed about,
I don't
like,
care. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Chris Pratt, but like I don't really care if Mario sounds like
Italian.
an
no.
Italian plumber or not.
Mm-mm. I mean, I will say that like the voice actor for Mario like is still alive and still does all of it, so it's like a little like you could.
He was right there.
Yeah, like you literally.
He's also the voice actor for Luigi, and he's right
Yeah.
there. You only have to pay one person,
for twice the work.
but he's not a big enough name, so they need Chris Pratt.
Yeah, which like I don't think Chris Pratt's a bad actor either. Like
No, I don't think
he's
he's
just
bad
he's just
acting.
good. It's one of those like it's a little bit of like oversaturation. I kind of feel like.
Yeah,
Or at least it feels that way, which is odd because he's not in everything. But like,
I mean, like, it is.
moms
like,
love him.
It's it is a funny meme to like make fun of the fact that like he didn't even pull an accent or do anything, and it's just Chris Pratt as Mario. But I think it's also just another example of that thing of like the internet jumping on one thing and just like shitting on it when it's like it's not that bad.
It's also just the trailer, and like there was so much else going on in it that like I honestly didn't even really care.
Yeah. Now I will say, I mean, like it is a little bit. I'm glad that Toad sounds like Toad.
Keegan-Michael Key did a really good
Because
job.
that voice is so distinct, and like I don't need him to sound like Toad all the time.
Well,
Which like he kind of doesn't, because like when
yeah.
he was like talking, he sounds more normal. But we got like
like when he's excited.
yeah, we got like the Toad voice. So I'm like, that's more important.
Mm-hmm. Jack Black did great, already amazing.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm excited for that movie. It's gonna be fun.
the furries are gonna.
Yeah, they already.
Well, Scalies, I suppose.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose it.
I'm gonna put this in now because I don't know if by Sunday it'll actually be announced. But there was yesterday. Pokemon was like, we have some Scarlet Violet news coming out at 6 a.m. Pacific time. I did not. I had a doctor's appointment, so I did not do a stream for it. And it was a 3-minute video, which last time we got like a 20-minute or 15-minute video, so this was a big difference. And it was this. You would be annoyed, but like essentially, like her name's.
I often am.
Her name's Iono, and literally it was essentially a clip from her stream. She's a little streamer personality. She's the electric type
Within
gym
the
leader.
game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which they've done before because like Rahan in Sword and Shield, he like has his little like he's like vlogs and stuff. Like he's got like the little Rotom thing like moves around because he's like internet presence. So a lot of people are like either the two of them are like best friends that collab or they fucking hate each other and she blocks him everywhere.
Yeah.
She's adorable. And you'll understand why I said you'd hate her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like she's great. And like her little like they look like little Magnemite. Like they're not Pokemon. They're just like special berets. But she's the electric type gym leader who's like that she has like her whole show and she goes, okay guys, so because did you see that there was a Giraffe-Rig evolution?
No.
Oh.
I haven't kept up with any.
I know you don't.
It's not even that I don't care. I just haven't kept up with any of it.
Farigiraf.
They really did that.
Yeah.
On my birthday gift with the birthday for my birthday gift with the birthday gift on my birthday.
Yeah.
For Rafgarig.
Yeah. What's his name? Farigiraf. So there's gonna be a new evolution for Farigiraf.
Why is he wearing a chain chomp?
That's the tail. When it evolves, it like covers the head.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. And people have been like making art where like actually since that's the real head and like the little like deer looking like giraffe or the giraffe head is actually just the end of a long nasty tongue, like in some fucked up fan art, and it was very funny. I guess maybe not funny. Funny's not a good word. But it looks pretty dope and I can't wait. And so she was talking about like who her ace Pokemon is, and she gave some tips. And I had a locked in guess that I now want to adjust because I have a second theory. She mentions that a game theory. So I'm going to give you this.
Thanks for watching.
So this could be a new Pokemon or it could be a Paldean version of an existing Pokemon.
Okay.
She mentions that it's very cute.
Okay.
It
Have they shown off?
No, we know nothing. Just so she gives like a quiz and wants people to like guess in the comments.
Right. Has the Pikachu of this generation been shown yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like it's that. Maybe it's that's evolution, but like she mentions that it's
I finally caught it to Dene.
good.
It's
Really?
been so long.
That's weird that it took you so long.
I just have never
Yeah.
seen one, and then I
Oh.
saw one at Fry's, and I was like,
Oh, cool. We gotta get one of these things. She's like, it's very cute. It's kind of like slow and easy going.
Mhm.
She thinks it's very cute. It's like soft. It has like 2 stalks that get mistaken for eyes,
Okay.
and like she's electric type, Jim, so it's an electric type.
It's electric.
And so I was sitting here thinking, like, what could it be? And I was like, Paldean Slugma.
Slugma, do you
Yeah. Or like an evolution of Slugma.
Okay.
Because
An
it's got the
electric
eye
Slugma.
stalks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, and like I felt pretty confident because I came up with that like on my own.
Uh-huh.
And then,
She said it's soft.
yeah, because it's, well, like the magma body. So I was like, well, maybe because fire electric would be like a cool typing.
Right.
But then someone was like, there's, I forget, Gumi,
Oh, yeah.
that it could be Paldean Gumi,
Okay. Okay.
which would be also really cool. Like, and honestly, after looking at it, like Gumi makes a lot more sense to be
Yeah.
Iono's like a Paldean version,
Right.
Some weird
Because
version.
they could like amp those up to make them more.
Yeah, and
stock-like.
it is a lot more cute than Slugma, and also fuck Slugma. Slugum my nuts.
Slug 'em, am I right?
I quote Zugum Zug all the time because no one
No one will ever.
no one comments on it.
That's an us original.
It's just you and me, and it's because it's Ticket to Ride
Ticket
in
to
German, or maybe it's German.
It's whatever their like phrase.
Yeah,
You know, the closest phrase that they've got that conveys the concept of ticket to ride. I don't know what it means. Zug 'em zug.
Zugum
right?
Zug. But yeah, do we want to tell them what we'll be doing soon?
It's none of their fucking business.
I know, but like I had mentioned that we like when I was like, hey, I know we're not going to be like.
I don't trust you,
off again.
Cameron.
Well, that's fair
trust
because
you,
it's not
Laura.
here yet, so I
don't
don't want to
trust you,
like
Cameron.
start setting some expectations.
It's on the way.
It is. Yeah,
it has
yeah.
been shipped,
Mm-hmm. But
and if it fits,
it fits.
It
we'll,
shits.
we'll be doing some a stream not on the podcast, but on more than likely respective channels at the same time.
Yeah.
And more details will come out when we have them. That's not true. We have them now, but like,
we can just say it.
do you want to say it?
We can just whole pussy out.
Do you want to go
Dirt in my
1,
mouth.
2, 3, and then we just say it at the
1,
same time?
2, 3, switch.
1, 2, 3. Coward. You guys want to watch us play Phasmo in VR?
Do you remember what we joked about on the last episode 2 weeks ago when we were like,
How
lol,
funny.
JK, what if we just bought Oculus Rifts and so we could play Phasmophobia?
I
VR.
remember that. I remember that joke.
I remember that joke.
I also remember receiving a
wa-
text a few
wasn't
hours later.
It wasn't a joke 2 hours later.
I don't think I'm joking anymore. Oh,
You know what?
I'm so
That
sorry.
was really bad.
I touched my tonsil.
Bet you never miss.
I just vomited all over the microphone. Chainsaw Man episode 1 came out and it's good.
That's cool.
There's some violence in it, and I cried.
Well, his name is Chainsaw.
It's actually a very heartfelt tale, and the intimate moments are almost better than the violence.
Intimate.
It's
Intimate.
mm-hmm.
Intimate.
better than adamant.
Intimate.
Intimate. Don't just repeat it until I don't believe it's a word. Fuck you. Anyway, so what did you do? What did you do, you little man?
Intimate.
I made a purchase.
You look. I can tell that it's almost midnight because
I
like
made a
your eyes are like
purchase.
weirdly bloodshot, and you're just like,
I made a purchase.
we're in sleepy bitch. We're that like. I think we're both
We're in
normally in
sleepover
bed.
hours.
Yeah. What if we did that? What if
I know. I feel that too.
What if on like a Friday night one time we just decided to do like
sleepover?
Hell yeah, podcast sleepover night, and we just did like a live stream all night, or we tried, and we're like,
I could do it.
We could do it.
I could do it.
And it's just like, hey girls, let's go.
Hey,
we could get sleeping bags.
Hey bitches,
camp out in your living room.
Yeah. Well, you can sleep in the garage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or in the street.
I could sleep in my car or at my home.
I made a purchase.
Hey, let's get some feet on the street, and it just cuts over to me like I'm in your trash can. Someone down the street had one of those like rented big dumpsters, so I'm just sleeping on some rebar.
My God,
you made a purchase.
I made a purchase.
Yeah. What is it?
Well,
yeah. I mean, I kind of spoiled it.
I've made a number of purchases.
You have.
And the purchase that I was about to talk about is not the VR purchase.
Oh,
actually,
you made a different purchase.
I did, but I'm not going to talk about it until it gets here because it's going to be a whole thing. I'm going to show it.
Oh, are you going to do an unboxing live on this podcast?
No.
Because you want it.
Because I'm going to open it first, but I'm going to show it. I'm going to do a little show and tell when it gets here. But that's not this.
Okay. Turnabout is fair play.
This, yeah. Don't get mad, get even.
How odd.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I gotta drive home. I'm fucked.
I bought us Oculus Rifts and we're gonna play Phasmophobia.
They're very cool,
and
yeah.
Get scared.
It was very sweet and very awesome. And like, we're gonna do like.
You get scared.
We gotta like, so hopefully the other one gets here tomorrow, and then we gotta like basically like do like a little bit of testing to make sure that we can like get the capture cards and everything to work correctly.
Make sure we never miss.
But then we'll be able to set it up and like I said, we'll be like separate, like because like don't want to be in the same house like bumping each other and shit and you know streaming, but like so that you could actually see the game, but then also see us running around fighting ghosts.
Yes.
I'm fighting the spirits of my bad decisions.
I'm fighting for my life with the dead. It's supposed to get here
You just add a toilet
Saturday,
paper.
actually.
Oh, okay, that's fine actually.
Saturday.
Because then we could test it
It's
Saturday
not like
night.
we're gonna do anything tomorrow with it anyway.
No.
I mean, we can't.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Well, unless I take mine. What if mine?
Yours is the one that isn't here yet?
What if mine got here first?
They're different gigabyte amounts, so no, yours has not arrived yet. So sorry about
How
that.
come I gotta get a jump drive?
Oh no, poor baby's Oculus is only 128 gigs.
No, I had to bring my jump drive so I could play Phasmo at the library.
Just stick my jump drive in the past out of my head.
I'm out here duct taping a passport drive so I could try to get a game.
Listen, I got
very funny.
I
No, I'm
got
very
you the
appreciative.
Elite strap.
Oh,
And I got you the link cable. So it's just
damn.
gonna have to be okay that
Okay.
you only got 128 gigs.
and Beat Saber,
Yes,
Which-
for free.
which like honestly, that'd be like the only other game immediately that I could buy.
Exactly.
Well, and if it does get here and we get it to work, because then I'm like, what then we'll do? Because I've been like kind of cagey about what we're going to be doing for the rest of the month. The KGB. I know. Stop. He's listening.
He's listening.
He's got nothing else better to do. You know, he's losing.
We can't get into it.
Neither can he.
He can't get out of it. It's sleepover.
Yeah, sleepover hours. I was thinking about doing them, like, because if it does work out great.
We should do the hype sleepover. It should be winter time because that's a very winter time thing to do. Like, cuddle up in a little like sleeping bag with the mics. I don't want a lav mic. I want one that I hold. For that vibe.
Yeah, we do a couch. We could do the couch cast with the tree, and we do like a hype miss, and it's like
Where it's not on Christmas.
no. Like we could even do it in November or like the very beginning of December. But like now you have an excuse to put up a tree.
Yeah.
But it's like we could use that
Christmas
room.
isn't enough of an
We
excuse.
could use that room
Which room?
where you could put a tree with your white couches. Oh,
Yes.
but no drinks. Maybe not.
No.
Maybe we don't use that
No,
room.
we're not using that room.
Maybe we take a picture and green screen that room behind us. No, we'll use we could do it in the living room, and
living
we'll have
room.
the tree up, and we'll have gifts, and like they could just be bad. Well,
And then we
here's what
wake
we
up
do.
for Hypemas.
You know what we do? Here's what we do. We get together.
And then I'll make breakfast.
We make some new merch, and the way that we release the merch line is by opening the presents on Hypemas.
Happy Hypemas, everybody. We just choose the
Our
day.
gifts are things you can buy.
You could buy. Do you want to have a Hypemas like us? Go to teespring.com
/ and it's a weird fucking
/ AQ129B5.
69.
That
That could be fun.
Is that
Is this pussy for me?
for me?
Yeah, I'm just looking to get some fucking king of pussy.
King of nippy.
That's how
If that's what it sounds like, don't come near my nipples.
I was talking to Josh today.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. And I was like, do you think that there are people out there that will pay somebody to wear a fake breast that they stuff with protein shake so that they can suckle at mother's teat and grow strong from her milk?
With protein milk.
Yeah, protein shake. Like, what better way to ingest your protein than by sucking it from a fat ass titty? I mean, or you could do like a pee-pee that's filled, but the cum shot is
What
protein.
did Josh think about this?
Um,
Where did he weigh in on this?
he thought it was pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
He laughed.
Okay.
I don't
That's not the same thing.
know. But I also was laughing too hard and was doubled over.
So maybe you couldn't have heard whether or not he laughed.
Correct. No. He definitely
Chuckled. He exhaled from his nose.
There was some vibrations of his throat. I'm sure, and
Bet.
it was probably fine. Yeah, actually, ante up.
Actually,
I am busy.
We've gone.
Channel 5 is
we've
coming
gone
to
places
Phoenix.
this day. Okay.
I would want to go, but
Some
I
say
think
it
it's
never
on
left.
November 25th, which is like Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah,
why are they here on Thanksgiving?
they're going on a tour.
Of Thanksgiving?
No. Just Channel 5's on tour. That's just the dates when they happen to be in Phoenix.
Oh,
Yeah. You know what? We should do a reaction video for me. I want you to watch the newest Channel 5 video. It's not bad. What if I told you it's...
you know how I feel when I have to watch those videos.
What is your opinion on erotic same-sex male bonding?
Conceptually?
Uh-huh.
Or is that like a title?
Like holding your bro's balls and saying, I see you, bro.
And it is erotic? Or it's not, or it's supposed to be platonic?
Platonic, but it's accepting that their cock and balls are part of their person.
Okay.
And so being comfortable around them and not seeing it sexually, but
So
also
then it's not erotic.
but also acknowledging that there is an eroticism to it.
That seems very complicated. Like, maybe just like if you like
I may have said the phrase incorrectly.
if you like
Same-sex bonding is it's I want to say it was a sensual bonding with the boys. And I'm not mean.
is it an excuse to hold my boys'
Oh,
packages?
there's a lot of package holding in this
I
video.
get to hold my boys' cashes and prizes?
Did you know that you can make your penis longer by tugging on it?
Yeah, it's called an erection.
No. So you got to use coconut oil. That's important. And you got to
Okay.
do just do like this, and you do 50 strokes down, 50 strokes up, 50 strokes to the left, and 50 strokes to the right. Do that every day, and you'll grow some inches. And a guy verified that the dude's penis did get bigger after doing that. And we haven't gotten to the piss drinking part.
Why didn't we start there? Just taking a little sip from your boros?
Yeah. A little.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's his own. And then
Oh.
he flushes the toilet and he goes, sorry, force a habit. And then it gets in his beard.
Drinking his own pee?
Mm-hmm. It gets him high. Because like he used to do cocaine, so he had to find new things.
Going a lot of different places here. Among other things, we went from bros to solo.
I'm going to tell you right now that do you feel like you're in a bit of a fever dream?
Yeah.
Same. That's called watching this video.
Okay.
It's a masterpiece. Show Me Your Butthole was a controlled chaos.
Yeah.
There was parts.
There wasn't much control there.
But it made sense logically. Like when one thing went, you're like, okay, I see how this event is unfolding. And because I've watched at the beginning, stuff is still wild, but it's not as surprising because most of it was just show me your butthole.
Right.
This one is a fucking fever dream out the gate, and it does not stop.
Okay. Where do they find these people? And why?
I don't know, dude. But
Do you think it's fake?
No.
Okay.
I really don't. Well, because because he did an All Gas No Breaks, where like that's like the big thing is just like, and he talks about it when he's done interviews. Is he's like, I just let people talk. Mm-hmm. Like I try to like not engage as much as he can, like to like when they want to like talk about him, but like I don't think it is. It is 20 minutes and 11 seconds. It came out. It's Will Blunterfield.
He looks like he drinks his own pee.
It gets worse.
I believe it.
You haven't even seen the papers.
I believe that it gets worse.
The reflexology of the penis. Like this is I will delay going home by 20 minutes if we can watch it because it's worth it and it's tired, so you'll laugh. Like this is the only time you'll enjoy watching it, but we won't do it here.
Enjoy is a strong word.
Correct. All right.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hello. I'm about to watch something.
We're tired. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. We're almost at 2K.
Woo!
Which you know what? If one of these days I'm going to put some effort into this channel, and you'll be surprised at how far we rise.
Guys, you have to get us to Hype Hammer 40K.
We're at 1967. What are we going to do if we hit 2K?
Delete the channel.
Oh, yeah.
Until we get to Hype Hammer 40K.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
What about 2,500, though? Pizza party?
I think we have to get to 3K. It's got to be a stretch goal.
What if at 2K we play a game of 2K?
What's 2K?
Sports.
I don't want to play that.
I like the NHL games. I like hockey. I don't play it though. I haven't played since like NHL 2004.
Hype Hammer 40K.
You gotta paint them red so they go faster.
Yeah. You can dress like a goblin. Or an orc. What are they?
Orcs. Yeah. ORK.
I've never played.
No.
Or red.
No, same. Tom does Warhammer.
I watched a video of there's a channel that I like. His name's Angels and Bread ASMR, and he did a video where he was speaking at length about Warhammer 40K in the form of a soft-spoken ramble.
It was cool.
Well, it did the job, and I was out like a light.
Yeah. The only thing that I really know that like I enjoy is that like the orcs are like they have like a latent magic racially where like
yeah, I remember
like it's basically like if the orcs were smart enough to put their mind to something, they would actually like do something. So they like we paint our ships red because they go faster and it actually makes faster. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever watched anything on Eckhart's Ladder channel? He mostly does Star Wars stuff, which like even though I don't really care about Star Wars, I watch his channel a lot just because like sometimes you just want noise, and he's good noise, and I genuinely mean that as a compliment. He's just good sound to have in the background. He does a lot of back in the past. He would do quite a few videos where it was like comparing factions from like popular sci-fi stuff. Sorry, and whenever he would add Warhammer 40K, they always won.
Yeah.
Because like the scale of everything in Warhammer is like insane.
Yeah.
Like everything is like really powerful, really big.
And they also are like literally like across galaxies, like
Yeah.
space.
So it was like we're comparing the base troopers of Halo, Star Wars, Star Trek,
And Warhammer.
and Warhammer.
Warhammer
just
wins.
always wins. So then he just stopped putting Warhammer in them. And then he like literally said, he was like, people have been asking why like I don't include Warhammer in these comparisons anymore. And he's like, it's because Warhammer is overpowered. And
Yeah.
it makes for a not very interesting video.
It is if you're talking factions within Warhammer, because that's the point. But like,
Right.
it's so
When
like,
you're comparing, so yeah, so he like would drop Warhammer and he'd usually do like Mass Effect or
yeah, that's cool.
Or occasionally he'd throw in like, if it was more of like a horror thing, he'd do like Dead Space. It was like comparing Dead Space versus The Flood, which is to say Necromorphs versus The Flood versus whatever the Mass Effect ones are.
Reapers,
Yeah.
I think.
Versus like the Borg from Star Trek or
Yeah.
something. Like, whatever, I don't know, man.
And John Wick is also, he's his own faction.
He's got that dog.
Not anymore. He's got a new one.
Oh.
And then I almost said Sacha Baron Cohen, but no, it's Sandra Bullock. No,
Interchangeable.
I don't know. There's girl John Wick.
Girl
I
John
cannot
Wick.
remember the actress's name off the top
Ronda
of my head.
Rousey.
It's absolutely not Ronda Rousey. What? Oh, it's Halle Berry, I'm pretty sure.
In Catwoman.
In Catwoman.
Basically John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick 3.
Electric Boogaloo.
Parabellum. Who's in it? Is it? Am I right? Am I
They have to cut that when you're pregnant sometimes.
really? Yeah, it's Halle Berry. She has 2 dogs as well.
So she's twice as strong.
Yeah, their attack dogs are pretty dope.
Oh.
And then they're in the desert. I really like the John Wick movies. They're very fun.
I've never watched them.
I think you would like it, which is a great way for you to never watch it.
It doesn't seem like my kind of movie.
It's not necessarily the action that I really like. It's the set, like the Continental Hotel, because Zavala's in
enjoying
it.
the Clams Casino.
Zavala's in it. I almost said Ving Rhames. It's not Ving Rhames.
I don't remember his name.
Lance Reddick.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays the bellman, I guess, or like the concierge desk.
Lance Reddick is such a video game name.
Yeah,
Like of a main character.
he's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
I also apparently he does play Destiny, and
Yeah.
I'd love to get yelled at by him.
Yeah.
King shit. All right, fuck off.
Bye. Good night.
Goodbye and good night.
I'm still recording. I hate it.
Oh, what?